play in center field or to hit one over the wall in center field. I feel like he's having a great tournament, and I'm excited to see it. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of swing and miss tonight against Skeens, but if a guy like Perdomo, a guy like Rodriguez, a guy like Vladdy can get it going, get something in play, get some guys on base, get Paul Skeens working out of the stretch, good things will happen for Team DR.
Yeah, and the lineups for tonight, they do look a little bit different for Team USA. As we mentioned, Will Smith is going to be behind the plate for them. But, of course, leading off, Bobby Witt Jr. and playing shortstop. Bryce Harper will be at first, batting second. Aaron Judge batting in the 3-hole, playing right. Kyle Schwarber, the DH, is the cleanup hitter. Gunnar Henderson over at third base. Alex Bregman's numbers haven't been great. Gunnar Henderson has been good, maybe a little bit better, so he gets to start at third tonight. Will Smith behind the plate over Cal Raleigh, who, again, has maybe struggled offensively here for the United States. Roman Anthony playing left field, batting seventh. Bryce Turang will be at second base and batting eighth, and Pete Crow Armstrong rounds it out, playing center field and batting ninth. For the Dominican Republic, Fernando Tatis Jr. is leading off and playing right field. Ketel Marte batting second and playing second. Juan Soto in left and batting third. Vlad Guerrero Jr., the cleanup hitter, playing first base. Manny Machado over at third, batting fifth. Junior Caminero is batting sixth as the designated hitter. Julio Rodriguez in center, batting seventh. Austin Wells batting eighth behind the plate for the Dominican. And rounding their lineup out, playing shortstop, is Geraldo Perdomo. As you can hear the cheers from the crowd, I don't see a lot of empty seats. The Dominican Republic flag is being waved right now on the left side of the field. The Dominican, of course, in the third base dugout. The United States over in the first base side. Hopefully you can hear some of these cheers from the press box where I am at right now. CT, we've gone over our X factors. We've gone over the lineups. I think it's the right move for Mark DeRosa to be able to put Gunnar Henderson at third, whose bat's been more effective than Alex Bregman's, and put Will Smith behind the plate. You know, there were issues when they played Italy with the lineup changes that were made. I don't have issues with these tonight.
I'm with you. The only thing that I wish that Mark DeRosa would do different tonight is find a way for Alex Bregman to get in this game. I totally understand the move of having Gunnar Henderson start the game. He's hitting 500 for the tournament with a 1,400 OPS, and he's been awesome, and he's such a great player. But Alex Bregman turns it on in big games, man. We've seen him do it year after year in the postseason with Houston. He shows up. He's a great defender. I look to D-Row to get him into the game at some point tonight before it's over. Maybe if there's a lefty reliever coming in, he pinch hits for Kyle Schwarber. That's my manager hat going there, just because I believe in Alex Bregman in the big game. But otherwise, I've got no qualms with it. I really love the addition of Will Smith to the lineup. Cal Raleigh hasn't been very MVP-ish through this WBC tournament. I look to him to turn it back on once he gets back to Seattle camp and gets up to Seattle for the season. But Will Smith is the third guy on the list of catchers all time who have played in postseason games. The only two guys in baseball history who have caught more postseason games than Will Smith at this point are Yadier Molina and Jorge Posada. That's unbelievable company. I think D-Row's got the right guy in the lineup tonight, and he's going to be putting down the right pitches for Paul Skeens. I mean, it's must-see TV. That battery is about as good as it can get. I think we got a Hall of Fame battery. I think Will Smith will be in the Hall of Fame one day, and I think Paul Skeens will as well. So USA's got the right guys in the lineup. Let's see if they come to play. I want to see that travel ball-like atmosphere where guys are living and dying with every pitch. I want to see him turn it on. I'm really pulling for that.
I think that this game will satisfy the thirst and the hunger that you've seen from casual fans, from diehard fans, from maybe just the guy who knows a little bit, and from global fans, right? Like, I'm looking out right now. The fans are on their feet. It's heavily Dominican Republic fans in the stands here at Lone Depot. The flags are out on the field right now. The guys are down the foul lines waiting for their anthems. We are barreling towards first pitch here. Mike Farron and Ryan Spielborgs, they've got you covered here for the semifinal tonight. Winner punches their ticket to the final game, right? The United States looking to get back back. This is their third straight semifinal game. They'd like to get back and have an opportunity to win it all. Of course, here for the Dominican Republic, I mean, the pride that is on the line for what Julio Rodriguez called their little country makes it so dang special. They're 5-0 in pool play right now. They won it all back in 2013 against Puerto Rico, and they're 2-1 all time against the United States. This is the team to beat. This game is going to be an all-timer, a classic. I just can't wait for the baseball world to get to experience this. CT, some final thoughts from you.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it. It's obviously been a clunky, messy WBC for Team USA to this point, but I think if they come out tonight and topple this DR team, then they are all is forgiven. Everyone will forget about the Italy, Mexico, USA of it all in pool play, and we'll be excited for the championship game. But this has been such a fun show. I can't wait to flip on the TV and get this game going. Danny, enjoy the game, enjoy the anthem. I know you're standing there right now quietly, but thanks for a great show. Wes and Alex, what a time.
Yes, the anthems are playing right now. I am standing here. We try not to go over the air during the anthems. As you can hear, the roar of the crowd. Wes and Alex, you guys have been so fantastic for us as we do get you set for first pitch. So feel free to turn on the TV, but turn your radio on. Do me a favor, turn your radio on to Mike Farron and Ryan Spilborg's MLB Network Radio. Actually, just stay right here. We got you set. The United States, the Dominican Republic, semifinal Sunday, and a trip to the finals on the line. First pitch is coming up next. Baseball's the best. See ya.
MLB Network Radio, Sirius XM, Channel 89.
It's Mad Dog Unleashed with Christopher Mad Dog Russo.
Good afternoon, everybody!
Hear the passion.
Be aggressive. Get something done.
Hear the knowledge.
The game, folks, is about two plays, and that's what it comes down to.
Hear the personality.
I'm going to start here in an angry mood. Get somebody on the radio!
That has made him a sports talk legend.
Does that make any sense to you? God, you're crazy.
It's Mad Dog Unleashed with Christopher Russo. Weekdays, 3 p.m. Eastern on Mad Dog Sports Radio, Channel 82, or anytime on the Sirius XM app.
You do it all. So why not get all the electrolytes? Hydrate better than water with new Gatorade Lower Sugar. Now with no artificial flavors, sweeteners, or colors, and 75% less sugar than regular Gatorade. New to the fridge, all the Gatorade electrolytes you love. Gatorade Lower Sugar. Is it in you? Now available nationwide.
Selling your house the traditional way takes time. Agents, showings, repairs, fees, it's a hassle. But what if you could skip it all and sell your home for cash? Fast! At Liz Buys Houses, we buy homes in any condition. No commissions, no closing costs, no cleaning, no repairs. We understand that facing difficult situations like lifestyle changes require support. So, whether it's inherited, outdated, or you're behind on payments, we'll make you a fair cash offer within 24 hours. With Liz Buys Houses, you close on your schedule in as little as 7 days. Selling your house can feel overwhelming, but we're here to simplify the process and to give you peace of mind at every stage. Thousands have sold the easy way. Now it's your turn. Liz Buys Houses. Real cash, real fast. For your free, no-obligation cash offer, text RADIO to 303030. Again, text RADIO to 303030. Text RADIO to 303030.
Message and data rates may apply.
Do you need emergency cash now? You need WeFixMoney.com. WeFixMoney.com could help you get up to $5,000 fast. If you need cash for bills, car repairs, childcare, or anything else, type WeFixMoney.com directly into your browser. WeFixMoney.com is free to use, available 24/7, and has an A rating with the Better Business Bureau. Get up to $5,000 fast. Millions have trusted WeFixMoney.com. Go to the site you can trust, WeFixMoney.com. WeFixMoney.com. That's WeFixMoney.com.
This is Jim Leland, Hall of Fame class of 2024, and you are listening to MLB Network Radio on Sirius XM.
This is Joe Espada of the Houston Astros, and you're listening to MLB Network Radio on Sirius XM.
Here's what's happening on Sirius XM Sports.
It's Selection Sunday, the 68 teams for the NCAA men's basketball tournament being revealed today. Christopher Mad Dog Russo and Steve Torrey breaking down the brackets on Mad Dog Sports Radio Selection Show, now on Channel 82, with more analysis and in-depth conversation on College Sports Radio 84 and the Sirius XM app.
Sirius XM Sports, wherever you are, your team plays here.
Kohl's gets it. Instant gratification is the best. Like waking up to freshly brewed coffee, hitting every green light on the way home, or getting instant Kohl's Cash. This weekend only, get $10 Kohl's Cash to use right away when you spend $25 or more. No waiting, no forgetting, no patience required. Offers end March 15th. Some exclusions apply. Coupons and Kohl's Cash do not apply to Sephora at Kohl's. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
A whole lot for a lot less. With an almighty, all-powerful A19 chip. And Ceramic Shield 2, built to survive this. And this. And a 48-megapixel fusion camera with 2x optical quality zoom and next-gen portraits. And double the starting storage of iPhone 16e. And long-lasting battery life for hours of watching the studio.
That's the dream!
And it comes with Apple Intelligence. And you can charge it with USB-C. Or with MagSafe accessories. And a whole lot more. All for a lot less. Get the new iPhone 17e at T-Mobile today.
This is Craig Counsell of the Chicago Cubs, and you're listening to MLB Network Radio on Sirius XM.
They say in team sports, the name on the front of the jersey means more than the name on the back.
It's the greatest experience in the world to represent your country, and when you put these colors on, we're all family.
At the World Baseball Classic, superstardom takes on a new meaning.
You know, all these teams are stacked. Some future Hall of Famers on there.
MVPs, Cy Young winners, All-Stars. They're playing for more than accolades. These are the best players in the world, setting aside their MLB rivalries for national pride.
To be able to put those colors on and put USA across the chest, I'm very thankful.
20 countries, generations of passion, all with one goal, to become a world champion. This is Sirius XM's exclusive coverage of the World Baseball Classic. Live from Lone Depot Park in Miami, here are MLB Network Radio's Ryan Spielborgs and Mike Farron.
Tonight, one of the greatest matchups of talent we will ever see outside an all-star game. The 10 players starting for the Dominican Republic and the U.S. have combined to make 56 all-star appearances. They have won 32 Silver Slugger Awards, 4 Gold Gloves, 5 MVPs, and a Cy Young. And tonight, the winner moves on to the finals of the 2026 World Baseball Classic as the Dominican Republic and the U.S. meet at Lone Depot Park in Miami. Our producer tonight is Hunter Reiser. Our studio producer, Isabella Capri. Our engineer is Daryl Doss. With Ryan Spielborgs, I'm Mike Farron. Here it comes, Spilly. The moment we hoped we would get. The dynamite Dominican squad against Team USA looking to win its second WBC.
What I'm so excited about tonight, Mike, is that 100 years from now, they're going to talk about a Sunday night game in Miami, which could be the greatest game ever played. It's not hyperbole to talk about the players. 18 of the 41 players on both rosters had MVP votes last year. We have 2 9-hole hitters that were MVP vote candidates, top 10, including one with Dominican that was 4th. And for me, we were in Houston. We heard about this environment. Miami's everything it's been cracked up to be so far. A lot of red, white, and blue, but not for Team USA, for Team Dominican.
I would say about 45 minutes before first pitch is when things started to get loud in here. And we know that this ballpark, and listen, last night, if you paid any attention on radio or television to the game between Venezuela and Japan, you know that the environment in this park can be exceptional. Tonight, I expect it to be unlike anything we have ever seen.
One of the things I heard today was from Jimmy Rollins down on the field, and he was talking about how Venezuela, they killed a dragon last night. In Venezuela, if that's the only game they won, beating Japan, they beat the former champ. Dominican, they've won a WBC before, but U.S. was the heavy favorite. They were supposed to be the dream team. If Dominican comes in here, slays the dragon that's Team USA, it feels like these two games, the last two nights, are the biggest of the tournament. However, I'm looking at Team USA not as the favorite. They feel like this is an underdog in this environment, especially without Dominican swung the bats.
And I think that's the big story, and we'll talk plenty about that because the Dominican team, their offense has been inevitable. It doesn't feel like the U.S. team has clicked quite yet offensively. What has kept them in this tournament has been their pitching, and they have one of the best on the planet going tonight in Paul Skeens.
I think the part that's going to be amazing tonight is knowing what we saw in Houston with Paul Skeens. He just gets laser focused, but he's never faced a lineup like this. Mike, he's never faced a lineup like this. However, like, he does have good numbers against some of the guys, but not consistently, not like going 1 through 9. And we know Team USA, they're hoping to get at least 5 innings out of Paul Skeens. Good luck. As good as Paul Skeens is, I think it's going to be as difficult of a task for him, especially early March, to run through Dominican's lineup 2 times. That seems far-fetched.
The managers meeting at home plate right now as they exchange the lineup cards. Mark DeRosa in his second WBC at the helm of Team USA, and the future Hall of Famer Albert Pujols there for the Dominican Republic. Let's get you today's starting lineups for this semifinal. The winner moves on to the finals on Tuesday night here at Lone Depot Park against the winner of Venezuela and Italy. For Mark DeRosa's U.S. squad, Bobby Witt Jr. will lead off and play shortstop. Bryce Harper will bat second and play first base. Aaron Judge in the 3 spot playing right field. The cleanup hitter is Kyle Schwarber. He is the designated hitter. Gunnar Henderson will bat 5th and play third base. Will Smith is the catcher, hitting 6th. Roman Anthony, the left fielder, will bat 7th. Bryce Terang of the Milwaukee Brewers hits 8th and plays second base. And batting 9th and playing center field, Pete Crow Armstrong with Paul Skeens on the mound. For the Dominican Republic, managed by Albert Pujols, here's his lineup. Fernando Tatis Jr. leads off and plays right field. Ketel Marte will bat second and plays second. Juan Soto is in left, hitting third. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., the first baseman in the cleanup spot. Batting 5th and playing third base is Manny Machado. Junior Caminero is the designated hitter, hitting 6th. Batting 7th, the center fielder is Julio Rodriguez. Hitting 8th and doing the catching, Austin Wells of the Yankees. And batting 9th and playing shortstop is Geraldo Perdomo with Luis Severino on the mound. The umpires for tonight's game, it is a 6-man crew. Corey Blazer will call the balls and strikes. Jeremy Riak is at first. Dan Bellino, the crew chief, is at second. Delfin Colon from Puerto Rico at third. Cuti Suarez from Spain in left. And Chris Graham from Canada is in right. The dimensions here at Lone Depot Park, it is 344 down the line in left, 335 down the line in right, 386 to the power alley in left center, 387 in right center, and 400 to straightaway center field. And the roars you hear are for the Dominican Republic taking the field in their home whites with the red and blue lettering, the red cap and a blue bill. It says DR on the cap as Luis Severino gets ready to begin his warm-up tosses tonight.
Wasn't that the most ridiculous lineups you've ever read in your life?
You had to giggle in the middle of it, right?
When you were going through Dominican, you went Tatis, Marte, Soto, Guerrero. I started giggling. Same when I talked about Team USA. We've already seen USA, so it's our first time to lay eyes on Dominican live. But that is the most ridiculous lineup I think I've ever seen.
There are 8 different players in the Dominican lineup who have received MVP votes in their career. The only guy that hasn't is the one American in the lineup in Austin Wells, and we'll tell his story coming up in just a little bit. Luis Severino spent last year with the Athletics. It was a weird season for the right-hander in that he pitched very well away from Center Home Park, But in West Sacramento, things did not go as well for him. He has really struggled with left-handed hitters the last couple of years, Spilly, and the U.S. has only 2 right-handed bats in the lineup.
Yeah, this is going to be a huge challenge for Severino just to get out of the first inning because the numbers for Team USA from Bryce Harper to Kyle Schwarber and Luis Severino does not want to see Gunnar Henderson in the first inning because he's 7 for 9. It's all about the sprint out the gate. If you're USA, you want to shush this crowd as quickly as possible and get a point on early.
Bobby Witt Jr. of the Kansas City Royals will lead things off. 5 for 17 in the tournament. The former AL MVP runner-up digs in, the right-handed hitter waiting. And the first pitch of the ball game is down low a ball, and we are underway as that one reached 99 miles an hour from Severino.
Here we go. You telling me guys aren't cranked up for this?
The pitch, that one fouled back and out of play by Witt. And the count 1-1. Witt last season, 23 home runs, 38 stolen bases in what was a bit of a down year offensively for him. He is one of, if not the best all-around player in baseball. Here comes the 1-1. Witt swings and misses a good breaking ball that time. It's 1-2. Witt will use his timeout. U.S. wearing their blue road uniforms with USA across the chest, the S featuring the stripes of the American flag. The 1-2, swinging a foul off to the right, 99 again.
Well, just to give you an idea how cranked up Luis Severino is, last year his fastball averaged 96 miles an hour.
Right-hander winds and delivers, and Witt swings and misses at a sweeper, and Severino fired up already as the leadoff man gone to the first.
And Severino is punching U.S. already, gets a strikeout of Bobby Witt, and you saw that reaction. He looked right at Bobby, right in the eyes, and screamed.
No score, 1 out for Bryce Harper in the top of the first, just 3 for 20 in the tournament. But it feels like he has been getting closer on every swing as he checks and takes high for ball 1. Harper last season, 27 home runs, and really destroyed right-handed pitching. The 2-time National League MVP waits, the 1-0. Foul down the left field line and out of play, and the count 1-1.
Well, we'll see if Severino is able to maintain this pace just because he's coming out the gate hot. But this is the part of the lineup with the lefties coming up that have done a lot of damage against Severino in their career.
The pitch, down low, the count 2-1. I think it said it was 7 left-handed bats. It's 6. But you're right, Harper, and then after Judge, Schwarber, Henderson. Lefties stacked together against the righty Severino. Here comes the 2-1. Harper fouls it back. Tardy on 99 and the count 2-2. This U.S. offense, Billy, has not felt like it has clicked to this point, despite the fact that they've put up strong run totals.
Yeah, they've been taking so many walks. We haven't seen them really bang the ball around the ballpark.
The 2-2, Harper swings and misses. A backdoor cutter gets him, and back-to-back strikeouts for Severino to start the game.
Talk about setting the tempo for Dominican. When you have your starter come out and punch the first 2 hitters out.
2 outs, nobody on, no score for Aaron Judge. The captain of Team USA, the 3-time MVP, takes a ball high. It's 1-0.
Mike, it's only the first inning, and we did not hear a crowd this loud in Houston.
Here's the 1-0. A strike at the knees, and the count 1-1. The nights that Mexico played, the crowd was great. The game, the quarterfinal yesterday against Italy, the Puerto Rican fans brought it. But you're right, there's just a different crackle tonight. A strike at the knees again at 99 from Severino, and the count 1-2 to Judge.
If Severino strikes out USA in the first, you might have to turn down the volume on your radio.
Judge uses his timeout, tosses away a stone from the batter's box. He has a pair of homers in this WBC so far. The 1-2. He takes a breaking ball low, 2-2. Judge got the U.S. going in their opener against Brazil with a 2-run blast. And an opposite field home run in Houston as well. Here comes the 2-2. Swing and a foul at the plate, in and out of the glove of the catcher, Wells. And Judge able to stay alive. And really, that's something we're going to track, is just the little things inside the game. That's not an easy play for Wells, but do you give these lineups a second chance?
The biggest thing for me tonight is walks. The team that walks the most is going to win it. So if USA outwalks Dominican, I think they win the game.
2-2 the count. The pitch. Way outside, and the count goes full to Judge. 2 outs, nobody on. Top of the first, just underway. No score, U.S. and the Dominican in the semifinals, of the World Baseball Classic. Here's the 3-2. Swinging a liner over the head of a leaping Perdomo into left field, a base hit. A 2-out single for Judge. Juan Soto, the left fielder, was playing almost at the warning track. And that one got to him as it skidded across the turf here at Lone Depot Park.
Yeah, Juan Soto's basically in the crowd where the former Clevelander bar used to be. That ball off the bat of Aaron Judge was ripped.
Kyle Schwarber bats, the Phillies DH, runner-up for the National League MVP a year ago. Left-handed hitter. He had the go-ahead home run in the U.S.'s win over Great Britain in pool play. First pitch, and he takes, and that one hit him. It hit him on the foot, and now the U.S. has a 2-out rally going for Gunnar Henderson.
What I say, Luis Severino did not want to see Gunnar Henderson in the first inning. Why? Gunnar is 7 for 9.
Gunnar Henderson in the lineup instead of Alex Pregame, in part because of those numbers, and Luis Severino struggles with lefties. Mark DeRosa, who had basically said that Pregame was his ride or die at third base, called him yesterday to say, hey, listen, I think we have to play Henderson. Pregame understood, but the Orioles star stands in. No score, but the U.S. threatening with 2 out and 2 outs in the first. Severino checks Judge, the first pitch, and Henderson takes down and in. It's 1-0.
It's amazing how quick Team USA just switched the momentum. I mean, we almost had a strike out the side. Ball popped out of the glove, to your point, Mike, with the foul tip. Judge with the base hit by pitch, and now Gunnar has a chance to put USA on the board.
The 1-0 upstairs, and the count 2-0 to Henderson.
You might see Severino just avoid Gunnar right here and match up against Will Smith.
Right-handed hitting Dodger catcher in the on-deck circle. 2-0 to Henderson. The pitch, swinging a foul back. Tardy on 96 at the top of the zone. It's 2-1. Henderson has been really good in this tournament. This is his third start, hitting .500 with a homer. He nearly sparked a massive comeback against Italy with a solo shot. The next pitch on the ground at second, gobbled up by Marte. Ketel Marte will throw out Henderson, and the inning is over. The U.S. threatens with 2 outs. They leave a pair. We head to the bottom of the first. Team USA nothing. The Dominican Republic coming to bat. You're listening to the World Baseball Classic on SiriusXM and the SiriusXM app.
Sports fans, do you want to hear every MLB game plus your hometown announcers? Go to SiriusXM.com/WBC26. What about every game of the NCAA basketball tournament? Go to SiriusXM.com/WBC26. Plus the PGA Tour, NASCAR, NBA, and NHL games. Get your SiriusXM free 3-month trial right now at SiriusXM.com/WBC26.
Get ready for the 2026 NFL Draft on SiriusXM NFL Radio.
Touchdown! Fernando Mendoza!
Catch interviews with the top prospects as they begin their journey to the NFL.
On whatever team drafts me, I'm grateful, whether it's the number 1 pick or whether it's, 199th pick.
And this April, hear pick-by-pick coverage of the 2026 draft from Pittsburgh.
There's a lot to work with, and he's only going to get better.
On Sirius XM NFL Radio, Channel 88. Howard Stern.
You a Stern fan, Micah?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I listen every day. Baba Booey. Baba Booey. Baba Booey. Baba Booey.
Howard Stern.
Howard Stern.
Legendary radio host Howard Stern.
It is the best thing that people can buy is Sirius to hear your show.
The best interviewer out there.
He gets to the point.
Hands down.
We're both very excited about this.
Howard Stern won at life.
Just a handsome guy. Universally, everyone agrees.
Only on Sirius XM. Now available to most subscribers.
Live in the moment with every MLB, NFL, NHL, and NBA game live on Sirius XM. For a free 3-month trial, go to SiriusXM.com/WBC26.
The NCAA tournament brackets have been revealed, and now it's time to pick your Cinderella and Final Four teams. Listen all week to the experts on SiriusXM College Sports Radio as they break down the matchups and give you their upset picks in both the men's and women's tournaments. SiriusXM Channel 84 and the SiriusXM app. Fernando Tatis Jr. to lead off the bottom of the first for the Dominican Republic against the reigning National League Cy Young Award winner Paul Skeens for Team USA. No score as we get ready to start the bottom of the first inning. Skeens incredible last year, Billy.
He was incredible, and for Dominican in this tournament, they have not faced high-end velocity like they're about to see with Paul Skeens.
First pitch from the big righty Skeens is a fastball inside at 98, ball 1. Tatis, Ketel Marte, and Juan Soto, the hitters against Skeens in the first. The big righty rocks and delivers, and Tatis takes a strike. A splitter at 94.
Yeah, Dominican doesn't have a lot of at-bats against Paul Skeens. The first time that Fernando Tatis has ever faced him.
Skeens working from the first base side of the rubber, rocks and delivers, and Tatis swings and skies one into shallow left. Coming in, Roman Anthony will make the catch, and the leadoff man gone in the Dominican first.
Fernando just missed that sweeper for Skeens against righties. It's a lot more four-seam sweeper against the lefties. We're going to see a lot of four-seam, two-seam, and the split.
Here's Ketel Marte, the switch-hitting second baseman from the Diamondbacks. Multiple top 5 MVP finishes for him. Had his best season as a left-handed hitter a year ago. The switch hitter waits, and he takes a strike. It's 0-1. This Dominican lineup, Billy, 51 runs scored through their 5 games. They had 2 run rule victories in pool play and another in the quarterfinals, blanking Korea 10-0. Here's the 0-1. Marte takes outside at the count of 1-1.
We saw a note today on Dominican. Their triple slash line in this tournament was basically the equivalent of Aaron Judge's MVP season a year ago.
Here's the 1-1. Swinging a pop-up into shallow right. It's the second baseman, Terang, waving his arms. He'll make the catch. And 2 quick outs for Skeens in the first.
That's what Paul Skeens is going to need tonight. He's going to need quick, efficient outs. And try not to chase the strikeout. If he chases the punch out, Dominicans can start to elevate the pitch count for Skeens.
2 outs for Juan Soto. No score last of the first. The New York Mets left fielder digs in. First pitch to the left-handed hitter. Outside a ball, 1-0. This is one of those matchups that I have really been looking forward to. When you get 2 superstars at the height of their powers squaring off. Soto, one of the most selective hitters in the league, checks and takes a strike. Splitter was elevated, but at 94, it doesn't just move like a splitter, Spilly. It moves like a sinker, too.
It really does. And for Soto, 0 for 7 in his career against Paul Skeens.
Here comes the 1-1. Soto swings and grounds one. Diving stop by Terang. To his feet, he throws him out. And Bryce Terang, the former Platinum Glove Award winner, helps to set Skeens to a quick 1-2-3 inning. We've played one. The U.S. and Dominican scoreless. This is Sirius XM's exclusive radio coverage of the semifinals of the World Baseball Classic.
As a sports fan, I just want the games. But right now, it's like a full-time job just trying to figure out which bundle I need. With the Sirius XM app, they do the bundling for me.
Slam dunk. Luka is putting on a show.
I don't have to go anywhere else to get every NBA, NFL, NHL, and MLB game. When there's a college game on, I just search for the school on the Sirius XM app.
This game is simply amazing.
With the all-access plan and the Sirius XM app, I got the sports world in the palm of my hand. No bundle required.
SiriusXM Triumph. Get real answers with Dr. Laura.
No nonsense advice about relationships, marriage, kids.
Tough love.
It happened is not a phrase anybody uses when they take responsibility.
Inspiration.
Every time you go to bed with a negative thought, you have to match it up with a positive one. That's your new rule.
Dr. Laura. Plus, Glenn Beck, Nancy Grace, and Dave Ramsey. All on Triumph. SiriusXM 123 and on the SiriusXM app.
Formula One has a new home on Sirius XM.
Simply lovely.
F1 Radio brings you all the thrills of a worldwide championship chase.
He has climbed the mountain.
Live pre- and post-race coverage and exclusive weekly shows.
The tenacity to hold on the way he did, that's top draw.
The season rolls on Saturday night in China. Live at 11 p.m. Pacific, 2 a.m. Eastern on Channel 160 or 205 in the car. And the all-new Sirius XM F1 Radio on the Sirius XM app. Just search F1.
This is Jim Bowden from the award-winning show, The Front Office. Every Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern, Jim Duquette and I break down baseball from a GM's perspective on MLB Network Radio, Channel 89.
Baseball fans, every MLB game is on Sirius XM all season long, and your hometown announcers can be heard on your favorite team's channel on the Sirius XM app. One subscription gets you all the games. Go to SiriusXM.com/WBC26. No score as we start the second inning. Ryan Spilborg's Mike Farron with you at Lone Depot Park in Miami for the first of two semifinals of the World Baseball Classic. Tomorrow night, Venezuela and Italy. Will Smith will lead off for the U.S., the Dodgers catcher, followed by Roman Anthony of the Red Sox and Bryce Terang of the Brewers against Luis Severino, who came out hot. He needed 22 pitches to get through the first. First pitch, a strike, sinker on the outside corner at 98.
Yeah, I was curious to see, especially after the adrenaline spike of the first inning for Severino, if we'd see any decrease in velocity in the second inning. First pitch at 98.
The 0-1 inside moves Smith off the plate, 1-1. We were talking to Albert Pujols, the manager of the Dominican Republic, about Severino before the game, and it was great. He said, I played with guys like Clayton Kershaw and Chris Carpenter, who you couldn't go anywhere near on start day. 1-1 foul back, 1-2. And he said, man, is Severino just chill. He's no problem. He's bouncing around in here. He's just ready to hang out. And I love that demeanor coming into a start like this for him.
Everybody's different.
Here's the 1-2. Swinging a looper down the right field line. That one will fall fair. Tatis over to get it just before it crosses into foul ground. It's an opposite field loop single for Will Smith to start the U.S. second.
That's a nice little start for USA. You want to get the leadoff hitter on that fastball, 99 miles an hour. So no decrease in velocity for Severino. But now here comes a problem for him. It was really difficult a season ago against lefties.
Severino, it's not like he was super homer prone against them as the left-handed hitting Roman Anthony fouls it back. It's 0-1. But he walked more lefties than he did righties. He gave up a higher percentage of hard hit balls. And just looking at some of the numbers, he was very good against right-handed pitching. But lefties hit him well above the league average, fouled back. On a cutter, it's 0-2. And Spilly, we were talking a little before the game. Severino missed a significant amount of time, 2 seasons recovering from Tommy John surgery and injuries. Since he's come back, his weapons against lefties haven't been as effective against them. His changeup, his cutter, his four-seamer have all gotten hit hard against them.
He might have lost a little bit of feel for the changeup or not throwing it quite as hard as he used to.
The 0-2 foul back. That one at 100. Anthony fighting to stay alive. No score. Team USA batting top of the second. Yeah, to that point, Severino, before the injuries, he averaged about 89 miles an hour on his changeup. Now it's about 86. There's the set. And the 0-2. Called strike three. Fastball at the bottom of the zone. Anthony took it, and that's out number one. 3 strikeouts for Severino.
Yeah, really well located fastball. Get another one at 99 miles an hour. And we get a chance to see Austin Wells behind home plate for Dominican. It's a big deal for Dominican. They needed a catcher because Agustin Ramirez is not an elite receiver.
First pitch misses inside to Bryce Terang, 1-0. No score. Terang has had a terrific tournament, 7 for 15. Real eye-opening player for a lot of people. And he grounds it to second. That should be 2. Marte gloves it to Perdomo for 1, on to first. A 4-6-3 double play. And Severino works around the leadoff single. We played 1.5. No score. U.S. to the Dominican. You're listening to the semifinals of the World Baseball Classic on SiriusXM and the SiriusXM app.
World Baseball Classic listeners, do you want to hear every MLB game, including the hometown announcers?
Shohei Ohtani unloads!
What about every game of the NCAA tournament? Plus the NBA playoffs and the Stanley Cup playoffs. They're all on SiriusXM.
I can't believe what I just saw!
Just visit SiriusXM.com/WBC26 to start your free trial today.
Did you know you can get home and away feeds for every MLB, NHL, and NBA game on your phone?
3 for the win! He got it!
Every game, all season. It's all on the SiriusXM app.
It's out of here!
Sports, the way they're meant to be heard. With your hometown announcers just a tap away.
It is gone! An incredible finish!
Search for your team and tap the plus sign to add it to your library. Every game, all season. Get closer to your team with the SiriusXM app.
Shoot, he scores!
This is baseball. Here, anyone can be a superhero.
Czech Republic, you just won your first World Baseball Classic game.
Where samurai swing bats.
Ohtani and Japan celebrate a World Baseball Classic.
And stadiums become orchestras. This is baseball with nothing held back. Expect everything. Tune in to the 2026 World Baseball Classic. Baseball is something else. World Baseball Classic trademarks used with permission.
One subscription to SiriusXM gets you live sports, including every game of the NBA, NHL, MLB, and NFL. Go to SiriusXM.com/WBC26 for a free trial.
Tomorrow morning at 11 Eastern, celebrate 316 Day with the man himself. WWE Hall of Famer Stone Cold Steve Austin joins Dave LaGreca and Bully Ray on Busted Open, only on Pro Wrestling Nation 24/7. Channel 156 in the car and on the SiriusXM app. No score, bottom of the second inning. The U.S. and Dominican Republic. Semifinals of the World Baseball Classic. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. will lead off for the Dominican and gives an approving nod to Will Smith, which he acknowledges. It'll be Guerrero, Machado, and Caminero. I guess guys know better than to shake hands with U.S. catchers at this point. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., the Toronto Blue Jays star, waits. So the first pitch from Skeens lands a breaking ball for a strike. It is 0-1. Albert Pujols said something interesting when we met with him today. He said might be the best lineup, or should be the best lineup that Paul Skeens has ever had to go through multiple times. Bouncer to third, charging and gloving on the short hop as Henderson throws on the run to first to retire Guerrero for the first out.
I don't think Albert's wrong. I mean, Skeens has never faced a lineup like this. As Albert said, he might have faced 3 guys in an all-star game, but never an entire lineup for multiple turns.
One out for Manny Machado, no score in the second. If you were to look at him and think about the biggest games that Paul Skeens has pitched, first pitch to Machado, cut on and missed at 97. It's 0-1. The biggest probably to this point would have to be the game at the Men's College World Series against Wake Forest, where he and Rhett Lauder, now of the Reds, went head-to-head in a scoreless game. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. That was huge because that's what pitched LSU into the national championship round, and they ended up winning the Men's College World Series that year. But the lineup that Wake Forest had was good. I mean, there were a bunch of first-rounders in it, but it wasn't quite like this, and the environment in Omaha, not quite the same. The 0-2. Called strike 3, paints 99 on the edge of the zone for out number 2. First strikeout for Skeens.
He just dissected Manny Machado. And there's something about Paul Skeens, Mike, when we're watching him pitch, I feel like the noise doesn't bother him. He just seems like he's locked in, cleared the mechanism. It's him and Will Smith.
2 outs for Junior Caminero. No score, bottom of the second. First pitch to the DH. Takes a breaking ball outside, 1-0. 45 homers a year ago for Caminero. He's hit a pair here in the WBC. Some big moments already for the young Rays star. Here comes the 1-0 from Skeens. Chopper foul, third base side. And the count 1-1. I think, too, he's the perfect demeanor for what is essentially a hostile crowd. Make no mistake, this is a pro-Dominican Republic crowd here tonight. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Splitter below the zone, and the count 1-2. 2 outs, nobody on. Last of the second, no score. The U.S. fans making their voices heard with 2 outs. Skeens into the line in the pitch. Swinging a drive to left. Anthony goes back. He looks up. It is gone! Junior Caminero, leaping around the bases, has given the Dominican Republic a 1-0 lead in the second.
Wow, listen to this crowd.
Caminero touches home plate, looks to the sky, and there is a big dance going on with Julio Rodriguez as he puts on the homer coat with the Dominican flag, and they all point to the sky as the Dominican Republic has a 1-0 lead.
Well, Caminero has popped like very few guys in the show have, and he hit a little sweeper out over the fence and left.
401 feet on the blast, and here's Julio Rodriguez, who checks and takes low. Appeal to first, no swing. 1-0. That ball was rocketing. Kid's got a chance to be really good. Here's the 1-0. Rodriguez fouls it off to the right and out of play in the count 1-1.
There's about 4 guys in baseball that have power. If you come and watch batting practice, it's unbelievable. Aaron Judge, Giancarlo Stanton, Ronald Acuna, Junior Caminero. They hit balls where nobody hits baseballs to.
Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss, and the count 1-2. That ball cleared the old Clevelander in left field and hit off the ribbon board below the second deck. It was, probably never more than 30 feet off the ground on that line drive shot from Caminero. 1-2. The pitch from Skeens. Swinging a foul at the plate. That one got a piece of Rodriguez, and he'll walk it off.
They showed us the location a couple times of where that pitch from the sweeper was from Skeens to Caminero. It was off the plate, but it was up.
Caminero got about 20 feet down the line and then hurled the bat to the third base dugout where the Dominican team is stationed. 1-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Rodriguez ropes one on 2 hops to second. Right there, Terang. He will glove it and throw to first, and the inning is over. But the Dominican Republic gets the lead on the 2-out solo homer from Junior Caminero. We've played 2. The Dominican 1, U.S. nothing. This is SiriusXM's exclusive radio coverage of the semifinals of the World Baseball Classic.
Nobody brings you closer to our national pastime than MLB Network Radio on Sirius XM.
That's what's amazing about baseball.
It's a daily insider's perspective featuring former players, managers, and executives, and on-site coverage of the biggest moments.
And the World Series win for LA!
This is the place for live baseball talk. MLB Network Radio, Channel 89, and the Sirius XM app.
Hey, this is Jeff Foxworthy.
This is Larry the Cable Guy.
And we're excited to tell you about our exclusive Sirius XM channel.
Jeff and Larry's Comedy Roundup. Every hour of every day, we're going to bring you the best comedy from some of the best and our favorite comedians.
Like Nate Borgazzi, Dusty Slay, and Leanne Morgan, just to name a few.
By the way, she owes me money.
And we each host our own shows every week.
Jeff and Larry's Comedy Roundup.
Sirius XM 97. Your home for great American comedy.
NFL free agency is here.
Target the guys that fit what you say you're going to do.
And SiriusXM NFL Radio has you covered.
I just think we're seeing a different Daniel Jones. He has a bright future with the Colts.
Our experts will tell you which teams made a season-altering move and who's still searching for that pivotal piece.
Kyler Murray, he's just such a unique player. You could really say there's really no one like him in the league.
Hear it all on NFL Radio Channel 88 and the SiriusXM app.
You're listening to the World Baseball Classic on MLB Network Radio. Tune in to the leadoff spot tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Eastern as we react to all the big moments from all the WBC action.
Ryan Spielberg, CJ Nitkowski, Kevin Franzen, Chris Jimenez, and many more bring you hard-hitting baseball analysis from a player's point of view on Loudouts, weekdays 2 p.m. Eastern, Saturdays 10 a.m. Eastern, MLB Network Radio, Sirius XM, Channel 89. The Dominican Republic with a 1-0 lead as we head to the top of the third inning. Pete Crow Armstrong will lead off for Team USA. It'll be PCA, Bobby Witt Jr. and Bryce Harper against Luis Severino.
I don't know how we're going to be able to keep the energy and the pace of this game.
Oh, the energy will be there all night. This crowd is going to bring us the energy. First pitch to Pete Crow Armstrong, fouled off to the left and out of play. It's 0-1. Crow Armstrong, 5 for 14 with a couple of home runs. Both of those against Team Italy as the U.S. trying to rally from an 8-0 deficit. A left-handed hitting outfielder takes a ball outside to count 1-1. Pete Crow Armstrong has been a huge product of the USA baseball program, Spilly. Going back to the 12U days. He's played 12U, 14U, 15U, 16U, 18U, and now on the senior national team. He tried to check his swing. He went around on appeal and count 1-2.
Well, that's why I love the story so much on that 12U team. Pete Crow Armstrong was a pitcher, and Paul Skeens was a catcher. And Pete Crow Armstrong in a tournament threw a no-hitter with Skeens,
few innings of a no-hitter.
With Skeens as his catcher.
What a do the count. Here's the pitch. Bouncer foul. I think it was 3 innings of the no-hitter that he threw. More walks than strikeouts. So he was kind of, he's 12, right? Like, if Pete Crow Armstrong's got a rocket.
But still, I mean, you could say he's part of a no-hitter.
Skeens was a good enough hitter that he hit for 2 years at the Air Force Academy before transferring to LSU. PCA fouls another one back in the count 1-2. Still 1-0 Dominican, the U.S. batting top of the third. So maybe the mound work seems a little bit more unusual than the catching by Skeens, but Pete Crow Armstrong, 30-30 season a year ago with the Cubs. Terrific defensive outfielder with a strong arm. The 1-2. He takes high, 2-2, and we have seen a more selective version of Pete Crow Armstrong here, which I think is what the Cubs and Cub fans have been waiting to see.
Yeah, I mean, he has one of the highest chase percentages and swing percentage in baseball.
Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. He chased a fastball off the plate at 99. And strikeout number 4 for Severino, and the leadoff man gone in the U.S. third.
Well, I was curious to see if Severino would be able to maintain his velocity, and he is. The pitch before was at 100. I mean, he is just straight up challenged fastball to Team USA.
Bobby Witt Jr. bats. He takes a breaking ball away, 1-0. 1-0, the Dominican Republic leading in the third on the Junior Caminero home run. Into the line, the 1-0 to Witt. And he takes outside to count 2-0. The defense for Team Dominican Republic. Juan Soto in left, Julio Rodriguez in center, Fernando Tatis Jr. is in right. Here comes the 2-0. Witt takes a high strike. It's 2-1. Manny Machado's at third, Geraldo Perdomo at short, Ketel Marte at second, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. at first with Austin Wells behind the plate.
I feel like if this was actually a big league team, they'd win a couple games.
The 2-1. Outside of the count, 3-1 now to Witt. Witt has played tremendous defense in this tournament as well. And he's waiting for the 3-1 from Severino. He swings and lines one to left. Soto coming in. He'll have to play it on a bounce. That nearly ate him up as he gloved it off to his side. A one-out single for Bobby Witt Jr. And great speed aboard for the U.S. here in the third.
If you ever see Bobby Witt Jr. in person, he's not overwhelming as far as his size, but he's so twitchy. How about that ball off the bat? 110. And for Soto in left field, if he's playing in a couple steps, he catches that ball on the line.
Now here's Bryce Harper. Do they think about running Witt here?
Sure.
Wells threw out about 25% of base runners. First pitch inside, it's 1-0. 1-0, the Dominican leads the U.S. batting at the top of the third.
I think if you're Team USA, you want to consistently put pressure on Dominican's defense.
38 stolen bases a year ago for Witt. The pitch. Harper hits it over the head of a leaping Guerrero down the right field line. Witt to third. Tatis cuts it off. Harper digging for second. He's in with a slide. And the U.S. has two in scoring position with one out in the third. Spilly, we've been waiting for that big moment from Bryce Harper. He's been getting closer and closer on every swing, it feels like, this tournament. And he finally delivered a big hit for the U.S.
Yeah, right over the outstretched arms of Vlad Guerrero. A little cutter up and in. I'll tell you what, Fernando Tatis, we know how good he is as a right fielder. He made an unbelievable play down the right field line. And almost, if he was on line with this throw, he would have thrown Harper out at second.
Second and third, one out. The U.S. threatening down 1-0. And here's the captain, Aaron Judge. Judge, a single his first trip. First pitch, he swings and fouls it off his foot. It's 0-1.
Well, I'm already watching Dominican. They're going to the bullpen phone just to get somebody loose already. That's how important this game is. I mean, there is no leash. Whether it's Paul Skeens or Luis Severino, they are not going to allow this game to get out of hand.
Severino is expected to go 3 to 4 innings. He's working in the third here. Guerrero, the first baseman, playing even with the bag. The rest of the infield back conceding the run. Witt from third, Harper from second. Severino set. Here's the 0-1. Upstairs, and they count 1-1. Wells giving away a location a little early there, Spilly. It looked like Harper had where he was set up and was trying to signal Judge.
Not quite like Team Italy was signaling each other with arms waving, but just subtle enough.
The 1-1. Breaking ball outside, 2-1.
Yeah, Harper just signaled again. He basically told Judge it's away. They are definitely relaying location.
It's tough to relay pitch types anymore with the pitch comm, but Wells set up early again. The pitch. A strike at the top of the zone. A breaking ball that clipped the top edge, and the count 2-2 to Judge. Biggest pitch of the game to this point coming up.
Yeah, no question, because Judge cannot afford a strikeout.
Witt with great speed at third. The pitch. That just off the plate away. Severino wanted it, but it was a ball, and the count is full. And Judge never leaving the batter's box here. Just stays dug in. 3-2 the count. 1-0, the Dominican Republic leading top of the third. The U.S. with runners at second and third. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Took something off the breaking ball for out number 2. And Severino stalks off the mound to get the ball back from Wells.
Severino now with 5 strikeouts. He went fastball away, 98, didn't get the call. It was about a ball off the plate. And then he goes 87-mile-an-hour sweeper, and he got Judge out in front.
Manny Machado calling time. The third baseman coming in to talk to Severino, bringing Wells and the shortstop Perdomo with him.
I think part of this conversation is trying to get Wells to slow down his location when he sets up. But number 2, maybe slow down the heart rate of Severino.
Yeah, not a bad time to give him a breather. He's at 52 pitches right now. He had a long first, pretty efficient second. But here, some big pitches he needs to make if he's going to get the Dominican out of this inning with the lead. Because Kyle Schwarber is digging in. Camanero's home run gave the Dominican a 1-0 lead in the second. The U.S. has second and third and 2 outs now in the top of the next inning. Schwarber 7 for 20 in the tournament with a homer. A left-handed hitting DH from the Phillies waits. The first pitch. He checks and takes a strike at 97, right on the black. It's 0-1. Little backdoor cutter, Spilly.
I mean, Severino's throwing everything tonight, and close.
The righty set, the 0-1. Down low, it's 1-1 to Schwarber.
And now a 2-out knock for Team USA in order to score a run. That was a huge strikeout of Aaron Judge.
Gregory Soto, the left-hander, getting loose in the Dominican pen. They have just 2 lefties in their bullpen. The set, the 1-1. Schwarber takes inside. A 4-seamer in off the plate, and the count 2-1. It has been all power stuff from Severino tonight.
And he hasn't missed location. He's been on the edges, he's been up, he's been down, but nothing in the middle.
4-seamers, 2-seamers, cutters, and sweepers. That's been it. The 2-1. Swinging a foul back. Fastball at the top of the zone, and Schwarber just a little tardy on it, 2-2. And now these fans will get to their feet again. They can skip the gym tomorrow morning. They've been up and down so much already, and we're only in the top of the third. Schwarber uses his timeout. Bobby Witt Jr. hands on his hips as he takes the lead from third. Bryce Harper at second with 2 outs. The set, the pitch. Schwarber takes strike 3 called. And Severino barking at Schwarber in the U.S. dugout as he heads off the field. The righty gets out of a second and third 1-out jam. We played 2.5. It's the Dominican 1, U.S. 0. You're listening to the World Baseball Classic semifinals on SiriusXM and the SiriusXM app.
When your favorite sports shows are talking football or basketball, it's always baseball season on MLB Network Radio on SiriusXM.
It is gone!
With a lineup full of experts, it's a daily insider's perspective from former players and executives. The national pastime all the time. MLB Network Radio on SiriusXM. Don't miss out on a free 3-month trial to SiriusXM. SiriusXM.com/WBC26.
That is what happened. I ain't guessing, I'm telling you. Nobody breaks down the nightly drama of the NBA quite like Stephen A.
See, it's the theater. It ain't just a game. It's the theater of the game. You got to live for that.
The Stephen A. Smith Show on SiriusXM.
Oh, it's going to be special. It's going to be special.
Weekdays at 1 and 6 Eastern.
A show so nice, you get it twice.
On Mad Dog Sports Radio, Channel 82 in the car, and the SiriusXM app.
You're live with Stephen A.
This show is phenomenal.
Big moments bring us together. So do great laughs. Welcome to SiriusXM Pure Comedy. Clean stand-up, feel-good favorites, and laughs you can share with anyone.
You're in your shower, you're daydreaming, and then you can't remember if you shampooed your hair. Oh, please, I had to backtrack in my own shower.
No cursing, no stress. Just comedy that feels good. Pure comedy. Laugh more. Feel better. SiriusXM Channel 98.
With SiriusXM, you get nonstop baseball coverage on MLB Network Radio and every MLB game. Try 3 months free. SiriusXM.com/WBC26.
The World Baseball Classic is down to 4 teams. Global matchups, real pride. One tournament that turns every inning into a moment you can't miss. Visit worldbaseballclassic.com to see every matchup. Expect everything. Bottom of the 3rd inning, it's 1-0 Dominican. Austin Wells will lead off for the Dominican Republic. Wells, Geraldo Perdomo, and Fernando Tatis Jr. against Paul Skeens. Junior Camanero's solo home run in the 2nd inning, the lone run of the game so far. Skeens into the wind, and the first pitch to the left-handed hitting Wells is a ball outside, 1-0. Wells 3 for 12 with a couple of home runs, including a game ender against Korea in their 10-0 run rule victory in the quarterfinals. A strike on the inner edge, and it's 1-1. There is, by the way, no early termination rule in the semis or finals, so the run rule is done. We know that there is going to be a very exciting semifinal tomorrow night here, the 1-1. Wells bounces it foul first base side. It's 1-2. Team Italy, the Cinderella story out of Pool B, who defeated Puerto Rico, held on to win in an 8-6 victory yesterday, will come in to take on Team Venezuela. The Venezuelans upsetting Japan last night thanks to a Wilyer Abreu 3-run homer to give them the lead, the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Wells down on strikes. Leadoff man gone in the Dominican 3rd.
Second strikeout for Paul Skeens. I heard from several people that were here last night, Mike, that the home run Abreu hit was the loudest they've ever heard a stadium. And for Team Italy, I love that they're coming here. I love that they're on this stage. And you're right, Cinderella, that group of guys, they don't know any better.
Here's Geraldo Perdomo, the switch hitting shortstop, squares to bunt and takes a strike, 0-1. 1-0 Dominican, bottom of the 3rd. It should be a really interesting matchup. I mean, it's a very left-handed lineup for Italy. Keter Montero of the Tigers, who has struggled at times with lefties, is going to start for Venezuela. Michael Lorenzen will get the ball for Team Italy, and he was brilliant against the U.S. in pool play. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. But that Venezuela lineup, it's all big leaguers.
It's all big leaguers, and they have been swinging the bats well. I mean, what they did in Japan last night was remarkable. They took every opportunity they got.
The 0-2 upstairs, and the count 1-2. They had a 2-1 lead, and it felt like Venezuela was going to break things open in the 2nd and 3rd. They really got to Yoshinobu Yamamoto, but they missed opportunities and then went down 5-2, and you felt like, well, it's going to be a Japan victory. Breaking ball hits Perdomo on the back foot. He crumples at the plate. You can hear him exclaim when that hit him, and Perdomo's going to take off his shin guard and walk to first. So a 1-out hit by pitch puts Perdomo aboard.
Well, Skeens goes to the curveball. That's not his best pitch against lefties, but he tried to go back foot curveball, ends up bouncing. It ends up catching the back foot.
Domo, if the foot is okay, is a threat to run. He stole 27 bases last year. Getting some instructions from Pedro Bourbon, his first base coach, the former outfielder, not the former pitcher. Here's Fernando Tatis Jr., first pitch. Up and in. Tatis had to pull his hands out of the way in 98. It's 1-0. 1-0 Dominican, bottom 3.
Yeah, I played with Julio Bourbon. He's an excellent coach. He's been working in the Brewers. He was a Brewers first base coach last year. He's working in the front office this year.
Terrific guy. The 1-0. That one misses upstairs, and it's 2-0 to Tatis. So just to finish the thought, Venezuela, Italy, it's going to be a really fun one tomorrow night. This place is going to be packed. It will be electric. Venezuelan crowds are amazing. You'll want to tune in at 8 Eastern on MLB Network Radio for the semi. The winner of that gets the winner of tonight's game. And Skeens behind in the count, 2-0 to Tatis. The pitch inside, and the count 3-0 to Fernando Tatis Jr. No player has knocked in more runs in this tournament than Tatis has. As he steps out,
Well, El Nino is one of my favorite players to watch just because of his athleticism. Not quite the year he put up in 2021. He did get popped.
The set. The 3-0. Takes a strike. Just in off the plate, and the count 3-1. Spilly referencing the PED suspension that Fernando Tatis Jr. had while he was out with shoulder surgery. He missed a full season. He has not had the same power since then, but he has still been an outstanding player. Throw over to first, scrambling back into Domo. In fact, Spilly, since the start of his career, there are only 6 players that have been more valuable than him in Major League Baseball. And a lot of that has to do with his incredible defense. Here's the 3-1. Grounded to third, that could be 2. It takes a nice hop for Henderson. The second for 1, the relay not in time. Tatis can fly. And Henderson having to wait for that second hop probably ended up costing him a double play chance.
Yeah, he did. The only way he could make this play, because if you come in on it, you're going to have to take the in-between hop and throw it across your body. You have to record outs if you're USA. Of course, you want to turn a double play, but you have to get the outs that you can get.
2 outs, man at first for Ketel Marte, the Diamondbacks All-Star second baseman. Marte, 2 top 5 MVP finishes. Switch hitter, batting left-handed. Tatis bluffs going, and the first pitch is a ball high, 1-0. Tatis last year, 32 of 39 in stolen base attempts. Will Smith doesn't have the strongest arm, but he did throw out 27% of base runners. The league average right now is about 20.
I think a big part of the reason why he didn't throw out as many is just because the Dodgers don't focus on.
Bluffs going, and Marte hits it over the head of a leaping Terang into right field, a base hit. Tatis digging for third. Judges throw! Oh! He got him! For the second time in this tournament, Aaron Judge guns down a man trying to go first to third. An absolute laser to get the burner to Tatis, and he was out by 5 feet. Inning over. We head to the 4th. The Dominican 1, U.S. nothing. This is SiriusXM's exclusive radio coverage of the semifinals of the World Baseball Classic.
Build a championship fantasy baseball team with the expert advice of SiriusXM Fantasy Sports Radio.
Focus on players that impact as many categories as possible.
Hear winning strategies and player projections from former Major League General Managers Jim Bowden and Steve Phillips.
I'm definitely going to take a position player with my first 2 picks.
Don't be left with the bat on your shoulders. Swing for the fences. And dominate your fantasy baseball draft with Fantasy Sports Radio, Channel 87, and on the SiriusXM app.
This is Radio Andy.
Let's go. If you're not listening to Radio Andy, what are you even doing?
It's non-stop celeb tea, pop culture rants, wild stories, and Andy Cohen being the icon he was born to be.
No filters, no chill. Just straight up fun.
We're talking laughs, shade, and those moments that make you text your group chat immediately.
Catch Radio Andy anytime on the SiriusXM app and hit that follow at Radio Andy Insta for even more chaos.
Trust us, you don't want to miss a beat.
You've heard the best baseball players in the world play for their clubs. Now, hear them play for their country.
Oh my goodness! Another great play!
Every game of the World Baseball Classic is on SiriusXM and the SiriusXM app. It's the exclusive radio broadcast of the semifinals as Venezuela takes on Italy tomorrow at 8 Eastern on MLB Network Radio Channel 89. For a complete schedule, go to SiriusXM.com/sports.
You're listening to the World Baseball Classic on MLB Network Radio. Tune in to the leadoff spot tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Eastern as we react to all the big moments from all the WBC action.
One subscription to SiriusXM gets you access to every game of the NBA, NHL, NFL, and MLB. You'll hear your hometown announcers, the PGA Tour, NASCAR, soccer, college sports, and more. Live sports on SiriusXM, no bundle required. The throw from Aaron Judge to get Fernando Tatis Jr. at third was unbelievable. That throw was at 96 miles an hour. If you remember last year, Judge could not play right field because he was dealing with arm issues. That is not the case for Aaron Judge right now.
1-0 Dominican as we start the top of the fourth. Gunnar Henderson fouls the first pitch back. It's 0-1. The only run of this game coming on a Junior Caminero home run with 2 outs in the bottom of the second inning for the Dominican. Luis Severino back to work. The 0-1 fouled away. It's 0-2. Spilly, Severino expended a ton of energy getting out of that third inning. We expected 3 to 4 innings out of him. He's just now approaching 60 pitches. Are you a little surprised that he's back out here?
No question. Just because the energy Severino has gone through, 6 punch-outs.
Here's the 0-2. Henderson takes low, 1-2.
You're going to get a letdown. I mean, you just are. This is like doing your last set after blowing out the set before. Like, you're going to get stuck.
Here's the 1-2 to Gunnar Henderson, and he fouls it back. And Henderson has good numbers, as Billy mentioned before, against Severino in his career, albeit in 10 plate appearances. The velocity may be coming down just a tick. That last cutter was at 95. It's been 96, 97 to this point. 1-2 the count to Henderson. The pitch. Down low. Sweeper that just missed the corner in the count 2-2.
Yeah, I got fooled by Corey Blazer just by the way he stood up. I thought he was going to run him.
The pitch. Upstairs, and the count is full.
Here's what we're talking about. Just mislocation, velocity down a slight tick. We saw a stat on the game broadcast, television broadcast. This is the highest fastball velocity Luis Severino's had in the game since 2018.
Gregory Soto continues to toss in the Dominican bullpen. 1-0 Dominican top fourth. The 3-2, and Henderson fouls it off to the left and out of play. You can see there's a pocket of lefties coming up after Will Smith in the on-deck circle. Roman Anthony, Bryce Terang, Pete Crow Armstrong. I have to think that that's what Albert Pujols is looking at.
Yeah, it's almost as if he's being a little greedy, trying to steal some outs.
The 3-2 again, fouled away again by Henderson.
Well, we know Albert Pujols, he interviewed this offseason. We thought he might get a chance to manage the Angels. We know Kurt Suzuki ended up winning that job. Thought maybe San Diego Padres might be interested in Pujols. We know he'll manage at some point.
The pitch. Henderson to deep right center field, and this game is tied. Gunnar Henderson's ownership of Luis Severino continues. He rifles a home run to right center, and we are even at 1. The entire team out of the dugout to greet him. A huge set of high fives from Aaron Judge, and it's the most emotion we've seen from Team USA this entire tournament.
Now, we've not seen Team USA do this. We know they have a Captain America shield. They've never played with it. But we were right when it comes to Gunnar Henderson. He went to the fire too much. 8 for 11 in his career with 3 home runs.
1-1 game. Here's Will Smith. He takes low, 1-0. Henderson's blast 106 miles an hour off the bat. 400 feet even.
Not a bad player.
The 1-0. Will Smith to left center. Soto on the run. Makes a good running catch in the alley for out number 1. That's one of the best jumps I think I've ever seen Juan Soto get. 1 out.
He's been played so deep, but part of the reason why is he's trying to take extra base hits away. And for Soto, it's a perfect beeline in the left center gap. He runs it down from Will Smith. And now Albert Pujols is going to come take the rock from Luis Severino.
Gregory Soto will enter the game. Gunnar Henderson added to the lineup today in place of Alex Pregame has tied it at 1. And an appreciative group of Dominican fans on the third base side as Severino leaves with 1 out in the 4th. Pitching change, tie game. It's the semifinals of the World Baseball Classic. And you're listening to the World Baseball Classic on SiriusXM and the SiriusXM app.
This is an MLB Network Radio on Sirius XM Spring Training Tour Spotlight.
MLB Network Radio is getting you ready for opening day on Sirius XM. Hear interviews from all 30 spring training camps on the Sirius XM app, including our visit with the Boston Red Sox and their manager, Alex Cora.
We're deeper than in the past, and not only deeper, we're better. That's the reason we feel so confident that we will compete to win the division, and we're going to play deep into October.
Blossoming superstar Roman Anthony is ready for the challenge of batting leadoff.
Scoring in the first inning it can really shift the momentum of a game. For me, my job is to do everything I can to get on and kind of just set that tone.
Shortstop Trevor Story can't wait to see all the new additions on the field.
These guys bring the energy, and I think I can see myself at their point in their career, and it fires me up because they bring the hunger. These kids are not scared to play, and they want the big moment.
And Hall of Famer David Ortiz loves being able to impact the next generation of Red Sox.
It's always good to come around and check up on the guys, pass the baton, just share the experience, and this game is a game that you never start learning. They always show up a couple of days and share the experience. That's the most important thing.
Here are full spring training tour specials for all 30 teams on the Sirius XM app. Just search Spring Training. Now back to the World Baseball Classic.
Dominican Republic, Team USA tied at 1 as we play the top of the 4th inning. There's one out. Gregory Soto is the new pitcher for the Dominican Republic. 3 straight lefties due. Soto, one of the 2 left-handers in the Dominican pen, signed a free agent contract with Pittsburgh this winter. He's a 2-time All-Star at Detroit. Really good stuff, but control issues have plagued him in his career.
Yeah, there's no question. I mean, his fastball, it sits right around 97 miles an hour.
First pitch to Roman Anthony is a breaking ball that never turned the corner, 1-0.
He's a fastball slider pitcher to lefties. And you almost wonder if Soto should have begun this inning, but it's also hindsight's 20/20.
Outside, 2-0. Gunnar Henderson, a solo home run off Luis Severino. He's had great numbers against him in his career. And he evened the score with a solo blast to start the inning, the 2-0. Anthony takes inside, 3-0. Roman Anthony, as a rookie, held his own against lefties, although he punched out against them nearly 40% of the time last year.
He's only 21. He's only going to get better.
The pitch, a strike. 97 down the chute, 3-1.
Boston committed a long-term extension to Roman Anthony last year, and then he suffered an oblique injury that couldn't finish the season off, missed the postseason with Boston.
Here comes the 3-1 to Anthony. He swings and fouls it down the left field line and out of play. And the count goes full.
Amazing part with Roman Anthony during this WBC, he has been attached to the hip of Aaron Judge. It's okay for Red Sox and Yankee to intermix during the WBC, but not during the regular season.
1-1 our score, the 3-2 pitch. Anthony rockets one deep to center field. Rodriguez looks up. It's gone! Roman Anthony gives Team USA a 2-1 lead on a blast to right center.
That's amazing. Roman Anthony was a late addition to Team USA because of an injury to Corbin Carroll. That is the second blast for Anthony in this tournament. And he just spun around a fastball, 108 off the bat, left on left.
421 on the home run, and here's Bryce Terang, 2-1 U.S. Terang fouls it back. And as he crossed home plate and walked through the dirt circle, Anthony put his hands in front of the USA on his chest, as there were some very happy teammates there to greet him.
Well, this is also a place that Roman Anthony as a kid would come and watch baseball games, so you can imagine friends and family are in attendance.
A big smile on the face of the young outfielder from the Red Sox, and Terang takes a strike at the top of the zone. It's 0-2. 2-1 Team USA, solo homers from Henderson and Anthony here in the 4th. Brian McCann one of the coaches for Team USA. Big smiles as he talks to Anthony. That one upstairs, it's 1-2. It was interesting before the game. We were talking to Mark DeRosa in our meeting, and somebody asked him the question, like, what do you have going through your head that Bobby Cox said to you? What is the phrase that comes to mind? Turang checks and takes low, 2-2. And he said it's not actually something that Bobby said. It's something that Brian McCann says to him all the time, which is, our job is just to put the players in the best position to win. And then from there, they take care of it.
Yeah, just get out of the way.
And I think that's a really smart way to look at it upstairs, and the count is full. Because there's only so much a manager can do, right? You have to have confidence in your players, and you have to give them the best opportunities.
Well, we always say, like, managers aren't taking at bats. Pitching coaches aren't pitching. You have to let the players play.
3-2 the count with one out to Turang. The pitch, swing and a miss. He's down on strikes, 2 outs. First strikeout for Soto, and we'll bring up Pete Crow Armstrong. 2-1 U.S. at top of the 4th. Crow Armstrong, a strikeout victim in the 3rd. Left-handed hitting center fielder from the Chicago Cubs waits, and the first pitch from Soto misses low, 1-0. We talked about the selectivity or lack thereof of Crow Armstrong being something that he was going to need to work on. The other was he really struggled with left-handed pitching last season. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss. He was way out in front of that breaking ball, 1-1.
Well, that last pitch, Mike, is a big reason why. I felt like he was predetermined in a 1-0 count that he was going to get another fastball, and you saw that he was trying to jump. Like, he was spinning like a top.
Here's the 1-1. Hit on the ground, off the glove of the pitcher Soto, charging Marte, bare hands, no play. Infield single for the speedy PCA, and as soon as Soto couldn't come up with it cleanly, you had a feeling it was going to be a base hit.
Well, only 66 miles an hour off the bat. Now, I will point out for pitchers, you hear this all the time, when a ball comes back to you, they can't read how fast it's going, so they almost overreact. See, he jumped at it. Ball's coming to him, let it come to you. The ball's going to travel. He almost jabbed at it just because of the feeling that the ball's coming back at you so fast.
And Albert Pujols is going to go to the bullpen again. Soto faces 3 lefties. He only retires one of them and gives up the go-ahead home run to Roman Anthony. Now 2 outs, a man at first. Top of the 4th inning, U.S. batting. They lead the Dominican Republic 2-1. You're listening to the semifinals of the World Baseball Classic on SiriusXM and the SiriusXM app.
Did you know you can get home and away feeds for every MLB, NHL, and NBA game on your phone?
3 for the win. He got it!
Every game, all season. It's all on the SiriusXM app.
It's out of here!
Sports, the way they're meant to be heard. With your hometown announcers just a tap away.
It is gone! An incredible finish!
Search for your team and tap the plus sign to add it to your library. Every game, all season. Get closer to your team with the SiriusXM app.
He shoots, he scores!
Big moments bring us together. So do great laughs. Welcome to SiriusXM Pure Comedy. Clean stand-up, feel-good favorites, and laughs you can share with anyone.
You're in your shower, you're daydreaming, and then you can't remember if you shampooed your hair. Oh, please, I had to backtrack in my own shower.
No cursing, no stress. Just comedy that feels good. Pure comedy. Laugh more. Feel better. SiriusXM Channel 98.
NFL free agency is here.
Target the guys that fit what you say you're going to do.
And SiriusXM NFL Radio has you covered.
I just think we're seeing a different Daniel Jones. He has a bright future with the Colts.
Our experts will tell you which teams made a season-altering move and who's still searching for that pivotal piece.
Kyler Murray, he's just such a unique player. You could really say there's really no one like him in the league.
Hear it all on NFL Radio Channel 88 and the SiriusXM app.
The NCAA tournament is on SiriusXM beginning Tuesday. Hear Westwood One's coverage of every game of the men's tournament. And starting on Wednesday, you can hear the women's tournament on SiriusXM. For channel numbers, go to SiriusXM.com/sports. Sports. Juan Mejia from the Rockies is on for the Dominican Republic with 2 outs in the 4th inning to face Bobby Witt Jr. Team USA leading 2-1.
Well, Juan Mejia is one of my favorite arms for the Rockies.
First pitch, a fastball strike. That is a quick arm as he fired the first one into Witt, 0-1.
It's only a 2-pitch mix, but last year 61 1/3, 68 punch-outs, and he had a sub-4 ERA. At Coors Field, that's basically like a 0.
First pitch at 98. That next one, 98 off the plate away, and the count 1-1.
Well, what makes his fastball so unique, Mike, is that it has a natural cut to it. It has a late cut. You'll see a lot of foul balls off Mejia.
Mejia set. The pitch to Witt. He swings and misses. Late on 98, and the count 1-2. So he has what they call that cut ride fastball. Is that what it is?
It's really unique. Once he got to Colorado, he was there as an injury replacement. They're like, whoa, we got something here.
1-2 the count. The pitch outside, 2-2. As the Dominican fans have been cheering every time there have been 2 strikes and 2 outs on a U.S. hitter. 2-1 Team USA, top of the 4th, the set. The 2-2, swing and a miss. Got him on a breaking ball, and the inning is over. The U.S. gets the lead on home runs from Gunnar Henderson and Roman Anthony. We've played 3.5. It's the U.S. 2. Dominican Republic 1. You're listening to the semifinals of the World Baseball Classic on
SiriusXM has dedicated channels to your favorite sport. Don't miss any of the daily baseball conversation on MLB Network Radio on SiriusXM.
That was a win for everybody who loves baseball. The energy, the excitement.
Or deep dives into the NFL, NBA, NHL, and college sports. You'll hear legends like Christopher Mad Dog Russo and Stephen A. Smith on Mad Dog Sports Radio. Get your SiriusXM free trial right now at SiriusXM.com/WBC26.
Hear the Masters exclusively on SiriusXM Channel 92.
It's a grand slam roar at Augusta National.
Hear every incredible shot.
On his way to the hole, and he's got it. A fist bump from McIlroy. He's taking the lead in the Masters.
And all the dramatic moments as the best golfers in the world try to win the coveted green jacket.
Oh, and it goes in the hole. Scotty Scheffler, eagle.
Tune into Masters Radio this April on Channel 92 in the car and on the SiriusXM app.
This is baseball. Here, anyone can be a superhero.
Czech Republic, you just won your first World Baseball Classic game.
Where samurai swing bats.
Ohtani and Japan celebrate a World Baseball Classic.
And stadiums become orchestras. This is baseball with nothing held back. Expect everything. Tune in to the 2026 World Baseball Classic. Baseball is something else. World Baseball Classic trademarks used with permission.
SiriusXM is a sports fan's dream. Live coverage of the biggest games and channels dedicated to your favorite sport. It's free for 3 months. SiriusXM.com/WBC26.
The race for the playoffs is heating up in the NBA. Don't miss a moment of all the action. Listen to every game on SiriusXM and hear your hometown announcers on the SiriusXM app. Ryan Spielborg's Mike Farron with you at Lone Depot Park in Miami, Florida. It's the semifinals of the World Baseball Classic, with Team USA leading the Dominican Republic 2-1. And Paul Skeens will have his biggest test of the night as he faces the heart of this Dominican lineup for a second time. Juan Soto, Vlad Guerrero Jr., and Manny Machado, 3 of the best players in baseball who have yet to win an MVP award.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to be a very easy inning for Paul Skeens. He was also sitting for the last 20 minutes.
First pitch to the left-handed hitting Soto, misses outside, 1-0.
This is where, if you're Team USA, you want that quick shutdown inning, but I don't think this is going to be a quick shutdown inning for Paul Skeens. I think he's in trouble with this portion of the lineup.
Soto grounded out to second his first trip, the 1-0. Inside, it moves Soto off the plate, and the count 2-0. Soto pounding his right hand on his right hip. The left-handed hitter glared out at Skeens after that 1-0. Waits for the 2-0. Swinging a rocket up the alley in right center. Moving over and making a diving catch is Aaron Judge for out number 1. Judge, a headlong dive to take away potential extra bases from Soto.
Well, Judge had one of the biggest at-bats of the game. He struck out with second and third one out, but defensively, Judge has been incredible. And after he laid out, made the catch, did you see him look in at Juan Soto's former teammate and waved his finger? He said, nope.
Here's Vlad Guerrero Jr., 2-1 U.S., bottom four, first pitch. Popped up, foul right beneath us. It's 0-1. Our booth is just off to the first base side of home plate, and it is a little bit higher than most booths, would you say?
Yeah.
It's going to take a poke to get it up here. Here's the 0-1. Up and in, 1-1. If you've missed most of this tournament, you missed that Spilly had a can of corn, the former big league outfielder, that he absolutely dented. Like, they would have put that on the discount rack. It was so bad.
Yeah, they said I have hands like a dolphin.
The 1-1, chopper to third and foul. Glove there by Henderson.
I'm not sure if you saw Vlad Guerrero on his take. So he spread his legs, jumping out of the way, and after he jumped, he shaked his hips like he was doing the hula hoop. And I'm not sure if you could hear the crowd in the background, but there's a lot of jeers.
Here's the 1-2. He swings and laces one to left field. That's a base hit. Anthony will have to play it off the wall. Guerrero racing for second. He's there with a stand-up double. That ball was hit so hard that Anthony had no chance of getting over to cut it off and had to play it off the fence.
116 miles an hour off the bat.
Wow.
People don't hit balls as hard. Little splitter inside, and Guerrero, one of the things I love about Guerrero, he's a power hitter that doesn't strike out.
And here's Manny Machado with the tying run at second and one out. U.S. 2, Dominican 1, last of the fourth. Machado struck out looking his first trip. First pitch from Skeens, foul back.
How about last year during the postseason, Mike? It was almost the beginning of the World Series, and Guerrero had more home runs in the postseason than strikeouts.
Here's the set. Check of the runner at second in the 0-1. Foul back by Machado in the count 0-2. That was Guerrero's calling card in the minor leagues, was his plate discipline too. He walked as much as he struck out as a minor leaguer. Stands in contrast to his dad, who was a bit of a free swinger.
Yes.
Would you say? Guerrero gets the lead at second, the 0-2. Machado hits it off the glove of a diving Witt. He scrambles after it in shallow center, but it's going to be an infield single for Manny Machado. And the Dominican is threatening, and here comes Junior Caminero. First and second, one out, and Caminero, who got the Dominican on the board with a solo homer in the second bats.
There's some comfortable swings right now against Paul Skeens. This is what I was saying when it comes to it.
There's no action in the U.S. pen as of yet. So Skeens at 48 pitches is going to continue here.
You got to be really careful. And for Guerrero, if you're wondering why he was still at second base, that ball was hit right at him. He took a step to get out of the way. That's where Bobby made this great diving play. Otherwise, it should be first and third.
I mean, if that gets by Witt, Guerrero might score on that play. So that may have saved a run for the moment. 2-1 Dominican. Runners get their lead at first and second. Caminero takes a strike at 99. That's the best bolt from Skeens tonight. It's 0-1.
Well, the great ones have another gear in them, and that's what Paul Skeens has to go to right now.
Guerrero away from second. Machado at first. The pitch. He takes load as Caminero. It's 1-1.
You kind of see the effort from Skeens. Starting to effort a little bit more, grunting.
It's the first time he's really been in trouble in this game. The 1-1. Swinging a grounder to short, could be two. Witt to second for one. Terang bobbles it. They'll only get the middle man. Machado wants the Dominican dugout to take a look, but that looked like, to me, Terang lost it on the transfer, at least in real time. We'll get a look at the replay in a second, Spilly, as Albert Pujols has his hands up in the Dominican dugout waiting, and they will continue to roll it. Machado kind of kicks at the dirt as if to say shoot.
Yeah, well, shoot for Bryce Terang and USA. This was tailor-made double play, and we're just not accustomed to seeing Terang mishandle it. Kind of received the ball low, took his eye off it because he was getting ready to make the turn. That's a huge extra opportunity for Dominican. Huge.
Here's Julio Rodriguez, who grounded to second. On the play, Guerrero went to third. Caminero safe at first. Do you think Terang was hustling a little bit because he didn't know the speed of Caminero? He's not a great runner.
I think he just took his eye off it right before he threw it.
Harper holding the runner at first. The pitch, first pitch strike at the top of the zone. Rodriguez didn't like it. It's 0-1. Julio 3 for 16 with a home run. Seattle Mariners star. Here's the set and the 0-1. Inside. And the count 1-1 to Julio Rodriguez.
Listen to these velocities off the bat for Dominican this inning. 116 from Guerrero, 107 from Machado, 109 from Junior Caminero on the ground out.
1-1 the count. Guerrero gets his lead from third. It's a very short lead for Caminero at first. The pitch, chopper foul, third base side. And the count now 1-2 to Rodriguez. Excuse me. Julio Rodriguez at the plate, trying to get this game even for the Dominican.
Julio used to be a much higher strikeout rate until he started to buy into what Edgar Martinez taught him. Use the center field approach, right center gap. And if you look at Julio's track last year, he was an all-star but decided to stay home. Didn't do it, he was a little banged up. Worked out with Edgar in the second half of the season. Unbelievable.
Julio with a bright red shoe on his left foot, a blue one on the right with the Dominican flag on both. The 1-2. Up and in, and it hit him. It hit him on the right arm, and Julio's in pain, and the bases are loaded. Rodriguez shaking out his arm as Albert Pujols and the Team Dominican trainer come out to look at the Mariners star.
That was a big miss from Paul Skeens at 98 miles an hour. We have not seen him miss big. And we're waiting to see a replay if it caught him on the elbow or if it caught him on the wrist. Oh, it caught him on the wrist.
Just above it on the forearm. He didn't seem to have any problem using that right arm to take off his elbow guard on the left hand, or left arm, excuse me, the left elbow. In fact, his first reaction was kind of more towards where he got hit on the chest, but Julio is okay, and he's going to head to first, but now the bases are loaded with 2 outs. And here is Austin Wells of the Yankees, the only U.S.-born, or one of 2 U.S.-born players, I should say, on the roster, the other being Manny Machado.
Just go back to how big it was that USA could not turn the double play.
Tying run at third, go ahead run at second. Julio Rodriguez at first, the left-handed hitting Wells. A strikeout victim his first trip. 2-1 Team USA, bottom 4. First pitch, bouncer foul, first base side, it's 0-1. Wells is from Las Vegas. He's playing for the Dominican team because his mother, a former gymnast at the University of Arizona, is Dominican. And he has really embraced Dominican culture during this tournament. The videos of him in celebrations have been one of the real treats. Here's the 0-1. Wells takes inside, 1-1. Smiley, it seemed like he shortened up his move a little bit on that, trying to get more on time with Skeen's stuff.
Yeah, it's almost like he's taking out his leg kick and almost going to a 2-strike approach because the velocity is so big from Skeens.
Henderson way off the line at third. Witt towards the middle. The pitch, that's a liner. Just foul down the right field line, and the count 1-2. It's actually more than just foul, but he got out a little in front of that changeup. That was a straight change, the first one that Skeens has thrown tonight. And the count 1-2. And that's the thing about Skeens is that he's not just a power guy. He has 7 pitches he can go to. Runners at every station, and Wells will use his timeout.
I'm not sure if you see Junior Caminero at second base. He's flapping his arms, waving him around, trying to relay location to Wells. I think a high fastball gets you out of this inning.
2-1 the U.S. leads. The 1-2 pitch to Wells. Foul back. Boy, he went to the high fastball and he was just able to get a piece of it.
He actually covered it pretty good. So this is usually what we see with Skeens. He does go fastball, split, or the splinker, but the problem when you have high-end velocity and guys starting to cover it, that can speed up the bat to a lefty.
Runners get their lead at every base. The pitch. Wells swings and pops it up into medium left field. Roman Anthony is there. He makes a catch and the inning is over. The Dominican leaves them loaded in the fourth. We head to the fifth. It's Team USA 2, Dominican Republic 1. This is SiriusXM's exclusive radio coverage of the semifinals of the World Baseball Classic.
I'm Katie Nolan, and I host a show on SiriusXM Mad Dog Sports Radio called Fan Service. It's a show that is as much yours as it is mine. It's all about conversation. I'll throw out some things that are on my mind, but it's really a space where you can ask about anything going on in the world of sports and pop culture.
Thank you for having a refreshing way of approaching sports media.
Fan Service with me, Katie Nolan. Weekdays at noon Eastern, only on Mad Dog Sports Radio Channel 82 in the car and on the SiriusXM app.
Remember the voices you grew up with? Jokes you heard 100 times and still laugh at? On SiriusXM Comedy Greats, the legends never fade. Jerry Seinfeld, Chris Rock, Rodney Dangerfield, Joan Rivers. It's an all-star lineup every time. No trends, no filters. Just the greats doing what they do best. SiriusXM Comedy Greats, Channel 94. Timeless laughs, always in season. Catch up anytime using the SiriusXM app.
Wednesday, Katie Nolan sits down with the champions of the National Women's Soccer League, and SiriusXM is giving you a front row seat to Gotham FC.
Rose Lavelle absolutely nails it!
Hear Rose Lavelle, Emily Sonnet, Jaden Shaw, and Lily Reel discuss bringing a title to New York, the 2027 World Cup, and more.
A 1-0 victory hands them the NWSL Championship.
The SiriusXM Front Row with Gotham FC, Wednesday night at 8 Eastern on SiriusXM FC 157.
This is Jim Duquette. We'll break down the key plays from this game and bring you the latest headlines from around the World Baseball Classic every morning on Power Alley, weekdays at 10 a.m. Eastern, only on MLB Network Radio.
Metallica is taking over the Sphere in Las Vegas for a mind-blowing, one-of-a-kind live experience, and SiriusXM has your chance to be there for opening weekend. One grand prize winner will receive round-trip airfare for 2 to Las Vegas, Nevada, hotel for 4 nights, and 2 tickets to both shows opening weekend on October 1st and October 3rd, 2026. To enter and for official rules, go to SiriusXM.com/MetallicaSphere 2026. By April 14th, no purchase necessary, must be a U.S. resident and over 21 to enter. It's 2-1 Team USA. They lead the Dominican as we start the top of the 5th. Harley order due for the U.S. against Juan Mejia of the Rockies. Winner goes to the finals Tuesday night. Bryce Harper swings to the first pitch and floats one into left. Trotting in is Juan Soto to make the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out for Mejia in the 5th.
We're talking about how unique Mejia's fastball is, a little cut. It ends up jamming Bryce Harper for Mejia last year. About 11 outings for the Rockies where he was out for multiple innings. We do see little dips in his velocity from the second inning, though.
And he has had a lot more trouble with left-handed hitters than righties. The first pitch misses inside to Judge, 1-0. So that first pitch out to Harper certainly helps him with the left-handed hitting Schwarber on deck. There's only one other left-hander in the Dominican pen, and it's Wandy Peralta, who's always been better against right-handers because of his changeup. Judge swings and launches one deep to center field. Rodriguez is back, leaps. Did he get it? He did! The no-fly zone comes to Miami. Julio Rodriguez takes away a home run from Aaron Judge. 2 outs.
Oh, my God. Julio Rodriguez went over the wall, grabbed it, didn't show the baseball to the last little bit. And then he showed us the no-fly zone, and Aaron Judge at first, he had a grin on his face. He said, all right, that would have been a home run.
2 outs for Kyle Schwarber. 2-1 Team USA. Schwarber swings and misses at a hanging slider, 0-1.
That was amazing.
I'll be honest, Billy, when Judge hit it, I thought that was going to clear the fence by about 15 feet. I mean, he absolutely pelted that ball. It was 110 miles an hour off the bat, and Julio Rodriguez does what he does so often at T-Mobile Park, taking away a home run. Schwarber, tardy on that fastball, fouls it back at 0-2. 2-1, Team USA leads in the top of the 5th, but Julio Rodriguez has just delivered an incredible defensive play to keep it a 1-run deficit for the DR. Here's the 0-2. Schwarber checks and takes low. It's 1-2.
I'm pretty sure I've had a grin since you read the lineups about an hour and 38 minutes ago. I have had a grin ear to ear watching these two teams play.
Mejia set, and the 1-2 to Schwarber. Foul back. Yeah, it does feel a little bit like the scene when Ricky Bobby first gets in the car at Talladega Nights, right? Like,
I'm gonna go fast in this thing. Oh, man.
One and 2 the count to Schwarber. The pitch. Swinging a grounder to second. Diving attempt by Marte, and it's into right center field, a base hit. Marte had to go to the backhand, made a diving attempt, but Schwarber a 2-out base hit to continue the inning. And that'll bring up Gunnar Henderson.
Now Gunnar had the big swing against Luis Severino, and if there's any sort of second guessing right now for Albert Pujols, it's just revisiting the 4th inning. He brought Severino back out to face Gunnar. Gunnar's now 8 for 11 in his career off Severino with 3 home runs.
And Albert Pujols is going to make a pitching change here. Mejia leaves with 2 outs at the top of the 5th. Schwarber chases him with the base hit. We'll tell you about the new pitcher in just a moment. It's Team USA 2, the Dominican Republic 1. You're listening to semifinals of the World Baseball Classic on SiriusXM and the SiriusXM app.
Nobody brings you closer to our national pastime than MLB Network Radio on SiriusXM.
That's what's amazing about baseball.
It's a daily insider's perspective featuring former players, managers, and executives, and on-site coverage of the biggest moments.
And the World Series win for LA!
This is the place for live baseball talk. MLB Network Radio, Channel 89, and the SiriusXM app.
This is Radio Andy.
Let's go. If you're not listening to Radio Andy, what are you even doing?
It's nonstop celeb tea, pop culture rants, wild stories, and Andy Cohen being the icon he was born to be.
No filters, no chill, just straight up fun.
We're talking laughs, shade, and those moments that make you text your group chat immediately.
Catch Radio Andy anytime on the SiriusXM app and hit that follow at Radio Andy Insta for even more chaos.
Trust us, you don't want to miss a beat.
You've heard the best baseball players in the world play for their clubs. Now, hear them play for their country.
Oh my goodness! Another great play!
Every game of the World Baseball Classic is on SiriusXM and the SiriusXM app. It's the exclusive radio broadcast of the semifinals as Venezuela takes on Italy tomorrow at 8 Eastern on MLB Network Radio Channel 89. For a complete schedule, go to SiriusXM.com/sports.
2 outs, man at first for the U.S. at the top of the 5th. They lead 2-1. And the new pitcher from the New York Mets, Huáscar Brazoban, the 36-year-old right-hander, who has had an incredible journey to a pretty good big league career. Rockies signed him all the way back in 2011. He missed all of 15 with an injury. Signed in 16 with the Rockies again. Went to Indy Ball. In 2022, the Marlins brought him to the big leagues. And now he's been a key reliever for the Mets. 36-year-old righty facing the left-handed hitting Gunnar Henderson. And he will step off and get a little bit of tack on his hand by going to the rosin bag. Kyle Schwarber being held at first. First pitch upstairs to the left-handed hitting Gunnar Henderson, 1-0.
We did ask Albert today about his bullpen because there's, to your point, there's only 2 lefties. And the way that USA stacked the lineups, a lot of lefties.
Pitch bounced to first, right to Guerrero in front of the bag. He gloves it, steps on the cushion, and then fires the ball in the stands, getting over. Julio Rodriguez keeps a run off the board, robbing Aaron Judge of a homer. We are halfway through this one with Team USA leading the Dominican 2-1. You're listening to the semifinals of the World Baseball Classic on SiriusXM and the SiriusXM app.
Sports fans, do you want to hear every MLB game plus your hometown announcers? Go to SiriusXM.com/WBC26. What about every game of the NCAA basketball tournament? Go to SiriusXM.com/WBC26. Plus the PGA Tour, NASCAR, NBA, and NHL games. Get your SiriusXM free 3-month trial right now at SiriusXM.com/WBC26.
It's Mad Dog Unleashed with Christopher Mad Dog Russo. Hear the passion.
Be aggressive. Get something done.
Hear the knowledge.
The game, folks, is about 2 plays, and that's what it comes down to.
Hear the personality.
I'm going to start here in an angry mood. Get somebody on the radio!
That has made him a sports talk legend.
Does that make any sense to you? God, you're crazy.
It's Mad Dog Unleashed with Christopher Russo. Weekdays, 3 p.m. Eastern on Mad Dog Sports Radio, Channel 82, or anytime on the SiriusXM app.
Howard Stern.
You a Stern fan, Micah?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I listen every day. Baba Booey. Baba Booey. Baba Booey. Baba Booey.
Howard Stern.
Howard Stern.
Legendary radio host Howard Stern.
It is the best thing that people can buy is Sirius to hear your show.
The best interviewer out there.
He gets to the point.
Hands down.
We're both very excited about this. Howard Stern won at life.
Just a handsome guy. Universally, everyone agrees.
Only on SiriusXM. Now available to most subscribers.
On SiriusXM, hear your hometown announcers calling every MLB game. For a free trial, SiriusXM.com/WBC26.
The World Baseball Classic is down to 4 teams. Global matchups, real pride, one tournament that turns every inning into a moment you can't miss. Visit WorldBaseballClassic.com to see every matchup. Expect everything. I would say that just about every inning tonight has been a moment that you cannot miss. Team USA leading the Dominican Republic 2-1 in this high-power matchup. 9-1-2 due for the Dominican against Paul Skeens as he gets ready to start the 5th. It'll be Geraldo Perdomo and then to the top of the order, Fernando Tatis Jr. and Ketel Marte. Perdomo hit by a pitch in the 3rd. And a race on a fielder's choice. Switch hitter batting left-handed, first pitch. He takes a strike at the top of the zone, 0-1.
Well, for Paul Skeens, he got the bottom of the lineup, but Perdomo was 4th in MVP voting last year, hitting 9th.
Henderson, the third baseman, playing in the pitch. Perdomo fouls it off his foot in the count 0-2. Geraldo Perdomo has one of the best ideas of a strike zone of any player in the big leagues. This last year, against right-handed pitching, he walked 14% of his plate appearances. He struck out 14%. He also had 14 home runs. The power is new for him, but he is an extremely selective hitter. He's always been a stronger left-handed bat as he fills up the batter's box with 2 strikes, and he hits a shallow fly ball to left center. Racing in is Roman Anthony to make the catch. And the leadoff man gone in the 5th for the Dominican. 2-1 USA for Fernando Tatis Jr.
Well, now this is where it gets a little scary because 3rd time for Skeens through this lineup. And the 2nd time, there's some high-quality swings against Fernando Tatis. He's seen him pretty well.
He's flying to right and reached on a fielder's choice. The defense for Team USA tonight, Roman Anthony is in left. Pete Crow Armstrong in center, Aaron Judge at right. Gunnar Henderson, Bobby Witt Jr., Bryce Terang, Bryce Harper, 3rd to 1st with Will Smith behind the plate. And Paul Skeens' first pitch to Tatis moves him off the plate. It's 1-0.
I was expecting to see maybe one reliever starting to warm up just to have somebody in case Soto comes up this inning, a lefty, whether it's Tim Hill or Garrett Clevenger or even Gabe Spire, but nobody moving.
The 1-0, that one ripped foul, third base side. He may have broken Tatis's bat to count 1-1. He is going to get a new piece of lumber. The limit in the semifinals and finals for pitchers is actually 95 pitches. It is 65 in the pool play, 80 in the quarterfinals, and 95 here. I do not expect that we will see a starter tonight, tomorrow, or Tuesday go 95 pitches. Hey, we don't see him go 95 pitches in the playoff game anymore.
Especially with this energy. I mean, pitchers are using so much energy for every pitch they throw.
Here comes the 1-1 to Tatis. And a chopper to third. It's going to be a tough play for Henderson, and he will smartly let it bounce foul. Well, he almost grabbed it right on the line and then pulled his hand back, his bare hand back, at the last moment. And that topspin, I mean, he had no chance to throw out the speeding Tatis if he makes a play on it.
What's interesting, too, is Tatis didn't get out of the box at first. But he saw it and thought it was going to go foul, so maybe that kind of led to Gunnar Henderson. He was looking at Tatis, and he was fortunate not to touch it.
It was probably going to be in foul ground when he put his hand on it, but he pulled it back at the last moment to make sure. Skeens tonight has allowed just 4 hits. One of them a solo home run to Junior Caminero, but he's pitching with a 2-1 lead in the 5th. The delivery, swinging a foul back and out of play. It's interesting to note that the owner of the Pittsburgh Pirates, Bob Nutting, is here tonight. You had a long conversation with him on the field.
Yeah, I mean, him and his wife, Leslie, and they were so excited to be here to watch Paul pitch. They felt like they wanted to support him and Team USA.
1-2. Tapper to third. This will be a tough play for Henderson. Bare hands on the run. Throws to first offline. Tatis beats it out. Really good effort from Henderson there. An accurate throw. Would have been very close at first, Billy, but Tatis can fly.
He can fly, and for Gunnar Henderson, he almost made just a magical play with the bare hand. I mean, Gunnar's normally the shortstop for the Baltimore Orioles, so he's not accustomed to playing that much third base.
Here's Ketel Marte. Do you think about running with Tatis here, down a run in the 5th?
Yes.
He's got the lead, dancing off first pitch to Marte. He swings and misses. Bottom hand came off the bat at a high fastball, 96. It's 0-1.
I do have to point out that Bob Nutting also is here to see O'Neal Cruz and some other Pirates that are here.
Gregory Soto. Upstairs, they count 1-1 to the switch hitting Marte, batting left-handed. 19 home runs against right-handed pitching a year ago. Marte, who used to be just a terrifying right-handed hitter, has evolved into a complete switch hitter. After being more of a slap hitter from the left side, he now has prodigious power. The pitch, and he lines that one into center field. It's a base hit. Tatis around second. He'll stop there as the throw comes into second, and Marte keeps the rally going. There's 2 on with 1 out, and the Dominican down a run. Do you think Tatis had a chance there? Is he maybe a little gun-shy after being thrown out by Aaron Judge?
No question. I think he is gun-shy just because Pico Armstrong also has a cannon in center field, and you also want to let Juan Soto hit.
Mark DeRosa is going to come to the mound and make a pitching change here before Juan Soto bats. 2 on, 1 out, bottom of the 5th. The Dominican batting, trailing 2-1. You're listening to the World Baseball Classic on SiriusXM and the SiriusXM app.
This is an MLB Network Radio on SiriusXM Spring Training Tour Spotlight.
MLB Network Radio is getting you ready for opening day on SiriusXM. Hear interviews from all 30 spring training camps on the SiriusXM app, including our visit with the New York Mets and their manager, Carlos Mendoza.
When you look around, we got guys that put the ball in play a lot more this year. Different brand of baseball that we probably want to be seeing here.
All-star Francisco Lindor can't wait to play with all of his new teammates.
I'm blessed that everybody around me is elite. Just watching them how they work, it's impressive, it's fun, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to that moment where I can step on the field and do my thing alongside them.
New addition, second baseman Marcus Semien is ready for a fresh start.
It's fun being the new guy again. You know, I feel like, you know, I got comfortable, you know, where I was, and now it's kind of like, hey, this is a new thing, a new challenge. It's nice to join this team with other new guys, other established guys who, you know, have been around. So we're learning the organization every day, and so far it's been great.
And President of Baseball Operations David Stearns feels this year's edition of the team is much improved.
We had a tremendously disappointed season last year. We knew we needed to make change. Our expectations are much higher. We need to be better, and I'm confident we are going to be better this year.
Here are full spring training tour specials for all 30 teams on the SiriusXM app. Just search Spring Training. Now back to the World Baseball Classic.
Former general manager Jim Duquette, my best of friends, Mike Farron, bring you in-depth interviews, hard-hitting analysis, and dated pop culture references. Weekdays at 10 o'clock Eastern on Power Alley, MLB Network Radio, SiriusXM, Channel 89.
Yeah, the show that's as cool as clear Pepsi.
Yeah, they discontinued that one really quick.
Tyler Rogers is on out of the bullpen for Team USA, the submarining right-hander from the Toronto Blue Jays. Rogers, Will Vest, Jeff Hoffman, Tim Hill were all added from the designated pitching pool as the U.S. removed starters and Clayton Kershaw before this last two rounds. And so Rogers, and not one of the lefties, is going to face Juan Soto here with the tying run at second and the go-ahead run at first, one out in the bottom of the fifth.
Well, Juan Soto has faced Rogers before, but the last at-bats were in 2023. He is 2 for 7.
Tatis dancing off second, and Rogers with a spin move to keep him close. First disengagement. Does it get a little bit more aggressive?
Of course.
Marte did a stutter step trying to get Harper to flinch. Tatis with a big lead. First pitch to the left-handed hitting Soto. He takes low, 1-0.
Well, you talk about a different look for Juan Soto. You go from Paul Skeens to the guy with the lowest release point in baseball, and he will throw from the submarine. He will shoot his fastball up.
Key moment of the game here, the pitch. Soto bounces it towards the middle. Witt has it, races to the bag for one. On to first, a double play! Bobby Witt Jr. changed direction like a wide receiver to get to the bag at second, and then fired to first with a 6-3 double play to get the U.S. out of the jam in the fifth. We head to the sixth. USA 2, Dominican Republic 1. This is SiriusXM's exclusive radio coverage of the semifinals of the World Baseball Classic.
As the NBA playoff race heats up,
he's going to fire up a three for the win!
Begin your day with SiriusXM NBA Radio's The Starting Lineup.
Overrated? Do you watch the guy play? He's unstoppable.
Frank Isola and Brian Scalabrine set the agenda and lead the conversation in the association.
Defensively, they have zero weaknesses.
The only place for 24-hour coverage of the NBA is SiriusXM NBA Radio, Channel 86 in the car, and on the SiriusXM app.
SiriusXM Triumph.
Get real answers with Dr. Laura.
No nonsense advice about relationships, marriage, kids.
Tough love.
It happened is not a phrase anybody uses when they take responsibility.
Inspiration.
Every time you go to bed with a negative thought, you have to match it up with a positive one. That's your new rule.
Dr. Laura. Plus, Glenn Beck, Nancy Grace, and Dave Ramsey. All on Triumph. SiriusXM 123 and on the SiriusXM app.
This is Jim Bowden from the award-winning show, The Front Office. Every Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern, Jim Duquette and I break down baseball from a GM's perspective on MLB Network Radio, Channel 89.
The experts of MLB Network Radio.
And when you get that scuff baseball, you can make a baseball move that you cannot do on your own. You just can't.
CJ Nitkowski.
Even the smallest scuff, the ball is now lighter on that side. So if I want my two-seam fastball as a lefty to break hard away from a righty, I keep the scuff on the inside. The heavier side of the ball just pulls it that way. It's fun, man.
Baseball talk at the next level. MLB Network Radio, SiriusXM 89, and on the SiriusXM app.
This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of World Baseball Classic Incorporated. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent. It's 2-1 Team USA in the top of the 6th inning. This, the semifinals of the World Baseball Classic. The winner to Tuesday night's final as these two rivals meet. Will Smith takes a ball inside from Huáscar Brazoban. It's 1-0. It'll be Will Smith, Roman Anthony, Bryce Turang. The scheduled hitters against the righty Brazoban. There is a lefty getting loose in the Dominican bullpen. That's Wandy Peralta. 1-0. A strike on the outside corner. It's 1-1. It appears that Griffin Jacks is getting loose in the U.S. pad. Kind of know that the plan, right? 7th inning, David Bednar. 8th inning, Garrett Whitlock. Mason Miller, the 9th for the U.S. Up and in and count 2-1. And Jacks did not pitch in the quarterfinal game. He would seem to be the right fit with 3 righties coming up.
And there's no question. How about the job Tyler Rogers just did to come in that scenario?
2-1, ripped foul.
But it also goes to show you that Bobby Witt Jr. is superhuman. He really is. I don't think another shortstop could turn on a dime. It was Barry Sanders with how he moved. He was on the second base side, redirected, and threw across his body.
2-2 the count to Will Smith, the leadoff hitter in the U.S. 6th. A modest USA chant is starting the pitch. Swing and a miss. Smith down on strikes. That was a breaking ball that stayed up, and that's the first out. All right, it's Billboard's Mike Farron with you from Lone Depot Park in Miami, the first of 2 semifinals. Tomorrow night, Team Venezuela will take on Team Italy with a spot on the finals on the line. We'll have all the action for you at 8 o'clock Eastern Time here on MLB Network Radio. First pitch to the left-handed hitting Roman Anthony, a ball, 1-0. It'll be Kaider Montero for Team Venezuela. The Tigers right-hander against Rockies righty Michael Lorenzen for Team Italy. The 1-0 to Roman Anthony, a strike. It's 1-1. Anthony's solo blast in the 4th inning is the difference in the game right now with the U.S. leading 2-1. Here's the set, the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Chase one off the plate. A changeup diving away at 90 miles an hour. It's 1-2.
And Dominicans pitched really well against Team USA. They have 9 punch-outs. You know how many walks USA has tonight?
0. Hold, and the 1-2. Called strike 3. Fastball in the inside corner, 2 outs. Brazoban looks sharp tonight.
No question. That pitch, you're looking at it on the replay, like a 2-seam fastball starting at Roman Anthony, worked itself all the way back. 96 miles an hour. That's nasty. 10 strikeouts now for Dominican.
2 outs for Bryce Turang. The Brewers' second baseman bats, and Austin Wells is going to go out to the mound. We talked to Brazoban. Turang is probably the player that opened the most eyes on the Team USA staff. It was one of those, listen, I knew this guy was good, but I didn't know he was this good. And I think Brewer fans are probably going, yeah, we've been telling you.
Yeah, we've told you for a long
2
time.
years
Yeah,
that
nobody
this guy's
watches our
great.
games. Yeah, everybody was surprised. We had the most wins in baseball last year. And a big part was Bryce Turang. And for us, as we've watched Turang and we've watched his BP, I've watched him for years now. He's put on weight, he's gotten stronger. He's put on about 15 pounds since he first got to the big leagues. But his swing has gotten more upright. He's in his legs. He's using a leg kick like he used to, and the ball just flies off his bat.
He had 18 homers a season ago. The bulk of those were in August. First pitch to the left-handed hitter, swing and a miss. 96 at the bottom of the zone, 0-1. But he's a good contact man. He draws a fair amount of walks. The pitch. He takes a strike. Fastball in the inner third, the count 0-2 as Brazoban just keeps peppering the zone with a high 90s fastball. And now all the Dominican fans to their feet again with 2 strikes and 2 outs in the top of the 6th. Brazoban set, the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Got him on a changeup and a modest fist bump up in the air from Huáscar Brazoban as he strikes out the side in the 6th. Through 5.5, Team USA 2, the Dominican Republic 1. You're listening to the semifinals of the World Baseball Classic on SiriusXM and the SiriusXM app.
World Baseball Classic listeners, do you want to hear every MLB game, including the hometown announcers?
Shohei Ohtani unloads!
What about every game of the NCAA tournament? Plus, the NBA playoffs and the Stanley Cup playoffs. They're all on SiriusXM.
I can't believe what I just saw!
Just visit SiriusXM.com/WBC26 to start your free trial today.
Let the games begin.
On SiriusXM, you get all the sports play-by-play you want and all the live sports talk you need. It's always a home game when you listen to the NFL, NHL, NBA, and MLB on the SiriusXM app.
How good is that?
We fuel your fandom with NASCAR, the biggest college games, PGA, and soccer. And when news breaks, hear instant reaction.
We got a big developing story out of Cincinnati.
The SiriusXM app. Everything a sports fan needs, all in one place.
This is baseball. Here, anyone can be a superhero.
Czech Republic, you just won your first World Baseball Classic game.
Where samurai swing bats.
Ohtani and Japan celebrate a World Baseball Classic.
And stadiums become orchestras. This is baseball with nothing held back. Expect everything. Tune in to the 2026 World Baseball Classic. Baseball is something else. World Baseball Classic trademarks used with permission.
Sports fans unite on SiriusXM with live games and live sports talk. Never miss a moment. Try it today at SiriusXM.com/WBC26.
Here, former general manager Steve Phillips, weekdays at 1 Eastern on the Fantasy Dugout as he brings you the fantasy baseball insight you need to draft a winning team. Only on SiriusXM's Fantasy Sports Radio, Channel 87 and on the SiriusXM app. New pitcher for Team USA in the bottom of the 6th is right-hander Griffin Jax from the Tampa Bay Rays. Spilly, this entire tournament, Team USA has said it's been playing to honor our troops. And you wonder how much influence the fact that Griffin Jax is a captain in the Air Force Reserve has to do with that.
I mean, it just means a lot. It means a lot to both countries, but for Griffin Jax, his brother is serving currently overseas. His sister-in-law is as well.
First pitch of the right-handed hitting Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is in the dirt, 1-0.
I mean, we saw it with how Team USA is stating attention during the national anthem. They took Paul Skeens' cue on how to do it.
Here's the set, the 1-0 strike, and the count 1-1.
Even Albert Pujols today made mention of tonight's game about an opportunity to focus on baseball and all things going on. It's good to watch these two teams compete.
The 1-1, there's a strike, bottom of the zone. Guerrero didn't like it. May have had a beef. That 97-mile-an-hour fastball, it's 1-2.
I'll tell you what, Corey Blazer is considered one of the best ball strike callers in baseball. He's been locked in.
Guerrero will use his timeout. 4, 5, and 6 in the Dominican order due. Guerrero, Machado, and then Junior Caminero. The pitch. Guerrero drives that one to center field, going back on it. Pete Crow Armstrong slowing and right on the edge of the warning track. Hauls it in, moving towards right center. And the leadoff man gone in the Dominican 6th. This is the first time the Dominican offense has been shut down at all in this tournament. They had scored 51 runs through the first 5 games. They have just one out into the 6th, and here's Machado.
Well, one of the big concerns for Dominican was that in that previous round, they did not see high velocity. They just didn't.
First pitch to Manny Machado. He takes the ball inside, 1-0.
So with Skeens tonight, with his fastball sitting right around 98, they're kind of running some fuel at Dominican. It's not that they haven't hit the ball hard.
Here's the 1-0. Machado hits it hard, diving backhanded stop by Witt. To his feet, fires a strike, 2 outs. Bobby Witt Jr. has played a tremendous tournament defensively, and Spilly, your point on the hard hit balls, after Vlad Guerrero Jr. doubled with 1 out in the 4th, Machado hit a seed that Witt knocked down at shortstop. If that ball gets into left center field, Guerrero scores and the game is tied.
Well, that ball off the bat of Machado right there was 109.
More spectacular defensive plays from Witt. 2 outs, nobody on. Junior Caminero, a solo homer in the second, the only run for the Dominican. And he lines that one to center, and moving over a couple steps, Pete Crow Armstrong coming in, makes the grab, and a tidy 1-2-3 inning for Captain Griffin Jacks. We head to the 7th. It's Team USA 2, the Dominican Republic 1. This is SiriusXM's exclusive radio coverage of the semifinals of the World Baseball Classic.
Fuel your fandom when you listen to live sports on the SiriusXM app.
Victor for 3, wee-wee! Victor Wembanyama!
Hear the games you just can't miss.
That was one of the craziest games I've seen.
And get closer to the teams you love wherever you are.
What a great, great game. What a great, great comeback.
Live sports. Live on the SiriusXM app.
You gotta love sports!
Hey, this is Jeff Foxworthy.
This is Larry the Cable Guy.
And we're excited to tell you about our exclusive SiriusXM channel.
Jeff and Larry's Comedy Roundup. Every hour of every day, we're going to bring you the best comedy from some of the best and our favorite comedians.
Like Nate Borgazzi, Dusty Slay, and Leanne Morgan, just to name a few.
By the way, she owes me money.
And we each host our own shows every week.
Jeff and Larry's Comedy Roundup.
SiriusXM 97.
Your home for great American comedy.
NFL free agency is here.
Target the guys that fit what you say you're going to do.
And SiriusXM NFL Radio has you covered.
I just think we're seeing a different Daniel Jones. He has a bright future with the Colts.
Our experts will tell you which teams made a season-altering move and who's still searching for that pivotal piece.
Kyler Murray, he's just such a unique player. You could really say there's really no one like him in the league.
Hear it all on NFL Radio Channel 88 and the SiriusXM app.
You're listening to the World Baseball Classic on MLB Network Radio. Tune in to the leadoff spot tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Eastern as we react to all the big moments from all the WBC action.
Baseball fans, every MLB game is on SiriusXM all season long, and your hometown announcements can be heard on your favorite team's channel on the SiriusXM app. One subscription gets you all the games. Go to SiriusXM.com/WBC26. Abner Uribe of the Milwaukee Brewers is on to start the 7th for the Dominican. Team USA leading the semifinal matchup 2-1. If you're just joining us, Junior Caminero's solo homer off Paul Skeens in the second gave the Dominican the lead. The U.S. would tie it in the 4th on a solo shot by Gunnar Henderson off Luis Severino. And 2 batters later, Roman Anthony of the Red Sox would give the U.S. the lead. And since then, it has been great defense from the U.S. that has kept the Dominican off the board. And now they have a chance to tack onto this lead with the speedy Pete Crow Armstrong leading off the 7th. First pitch to PCA, a fastball strike. It's 0-1.
Well, it's not going to be easy for Team USA to tack on another one. Abner Uribe, another really good brewer. This guy's stuff is electric. His fastball sits right around 99 miles an hour.
The 0-1. Pete Crow Armstrong sends it to center. Back a step is Julio Rodriguez to make the catch. And the leadoff man gone in the U.S. 7th.
Uribe is known with Milwaukee of having this bright blue glove. And I remember Christian Yelich, he told me a couple of years ago when Uribe first got to the big leagues, especially with a couple other relievers, he says, watch out for the blue glove guys. If the blue glove guys come in, it's over.
Well, but you got to accessorize, right? The red glove goes much better with the red hat for the Dominican. Bobby Witt Jr. is 1 for 3, 2-1 Team USA, top of the 7th. He takes a fastball strike at the bottom of the zone, 0-1.
Well, it's funny, too, when I watch Uribe pitch with number 45 on his back, and just the way he's small in stature. He's listed 6'3". I think he's a little bit smaller than that. He looks like Pedro Martinez.
Here's the 0-1. Swinging a pop-up foul, first base side and out of play, and the count 0-2 to Witt. Uribe had his best season control-wise last year. And the lean right-hander from the first base side of the rubber delivers, swing and a miss. Got him to chase a breaking ball. Witt spanned 3 times tonight, 2 outs.
Yeah, but this Dominican pitching staff has 12 punch-outs tonight. Severino is electric. And that pitch that he just threw to Bobby Witt, nobody could have hit that.
2 outs for Bryce Harper. He doubled in the third. 1 for 3 tonight. 2-1 Team USA leads as they bat in the top of the 7th. First pitch is a strike, 0-1. By contrast, the Dominican team has struck out just twice tonight.
But no walks.
No walks. I mean, neither team has walked a hitter to this point, right?
I felt like that was a key.
In the dirt, they count 1-1.
The U.S. during their pool play, I mean, they walked more than they struck out. And part of it was ballooned by a game against Brazil where they walked 14 times.
There's the set. And the 1-1. Down low, 2-1. I think it was actually 17.
17 times.
That was the record for WBC.
Yeah.
We were there for the one that it broke the record with 16.
That's right.
With Great Britain in 2023. Maybe it's us. It's really with an eye roll that could have knocked him out of his chair. 2-1 on the ground towards the middle. Backhanded by the second baseman, Marte. Out balance throw to first, and a 1-2-3 inning for Abner Uribe. It's time to stretch in Miami. Team USA leading the Dominican Republic 2-1. You're listening to the semifinals of the World Baseball Classic on SiriusXM and the SiriusXM app.
When your favorite sports shows are talking football or basketball, it's always baseball season on MLB Network Radio on SiriusXM.
It is gone!
With a lineup full of experts, it's a daily insider's perspective from former players and executives. The national pastime all the time. MLB Network Radio on SiriusXM. Don't miss out on a free 3-month trial to SiriusXM. SiriusXM.com/WBC26.
As a sports fan, I just want the games. But right now, it's like a full-time job just trying to figure out which bundle I need. With the SiriusXM app, they do the bundling for me.
Slam dunk. Luka is putting on a show.
I don't have to go anywhere else to get every NBA, NFL, NHL, and MLB game. When there's a college game on, I just search for the school on the SiriusXM app.
This game is simply amazing.
With the all-access plan and the SiriusXM app, I got the sports world in the palm of my hand. No bundle required.
Big moments bring us together. So do great laughs. Welcome to SiriusXM Pure Comedy. Clean stand-up, feel-good favorites, and laughs you can share with anyone.
You're in your shower, you're daydreaming, and then you can't remember if you shampooed your hair. Oh, please, I had to backtrack in my own shower.
No cursing, no stress. Just comedy that feels good. Pure comedy. Laugh more. Feel better. SiriusXM Channel 98.
With SiriusXM, hear your hometown announcers call every MLB, NHL, NBA, and NFL game. Subscribe at SiriusXM.com/WBC26.
The World Baseball Classic is down to 4 teams, global matchups, real pride, one tournament that turns every inning into a moment you can't miss. Visit worldbaseballclassic.com to see every matchup. Expect everything. The dulcet tones of Styx Renegade playing as David Bednar. The New York Yankees closer enters the game in the 7th inning trying to protect a 2-1 lead for Team USA. He will face the bottom third of the Dominican lineup. Julio Rodriguez, Austin Wells, Geraldo Perdomo.
Yeah, even the bottom of this lineup does not feel like a bottom of the lineup. It feels like the middle of a lineup.
Bednar got out of a 2nd and 3rd nobody out jam against Team Canada in the quarterfinals, where they had the tying runs in scoring position. And the first pitch is a strike with a splitter. It's 0-1 to Julio Rodriguez. Rodriguez tonight, 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch in the 4th. He also has robbed Aaron Judge of a home run. The 0-1, foul back. High fastball, it's 0-2.
Only 9 outs remaining for Dominican. They also get last licks. They are the home team here in Miami.
Rodriguez will use his timeout here. The winner goes to the finals on Tuesday against the winner of tomorrow night's game between Italy and Venezuela. A game you'll hear here on MLB Network Radio at 8 Eastern. 0-2 the count. The pitch. Breaking ball popped up, shallow left. Racing out is Bobby Witt Jr. calling for it and makes the catch almost into immediate deep left field. 1 out.
I mean, it says shortstop by trade, but he's a rover. He's a left fielder. He can get to center. I mean, Bobby Witt's made as much as Julio Rodriguez has saved Dominican a run by robbing Aaron Judge. Bobby Witt has probably saved 2 runs tonight for Team USA.
2-1 Team USA. Here's Austin Wells of the Yankees. And he hits one up the alley in right center field. Judge on the run. He can't get there. Then one hops against the fence. Wells digging for second. He's in with a stand-up double. And animated Austin Wells goes boom as he's put the tying run in scoring position with 1 out in the 7th inning.
Now what a great swing from Austin Wells. Gets a pitch down in the zone. It was supposed to be up. That leaks middle in for him. That's his go zone. And Judge, his teammate with the Yankees, almost ran that down.
Here's Geraldo Perdomo. Tying run at second, 1 out. Perdomo 0 for 1, hit by a pitch. Great contact man. Third baseman Henderson playing in. He takes a ball outside, 1-0. There is a big hole in the left side, Spilly. And Perdomo has exceptional bat control. If, in fact, Bednar's going to work him away, that's right into Perdomo's wheelhouse.
Yeah, this guy is a real tough matchup for Bednar.
The 1-0, a strike at the bottom of the zone, maybe just below it. It's 1-1.
Well, Bednar in the game against Canada, 7th inning, 2nd and 3rd, nobody out. With the 2 best hitters for Canada, Josh Naylor and Tyler O'Neill, he got punch-outs.
Wells gets the lead from second. He's the tying run. The 1-1. Perdomo swings and pops it foul, third base side, and out of play. And the count 1-2. Perdomo is a very tough customer to strike out. Bednar's going to have his work cut out for him. U.S. pitching has only fanned 2 tonight. But to Billy's point earlier, they have not walked anybody. Perdomo was hit by a pitch. He's the only free base. Actually, he and Julio Rodriguez have received. The 1-2 outside. 2-2. Rodriguez was also hit by a pitch by Paul Skeens. With the count 2-2 to Perdomo now. Wells gets the lead from second. Bednar set the 2-2. Perdomo serves that one into center field. It's a base hit. Wells on his way to third. He'll be held up there as the throw comes all the way home. It's a single for Perdomo, and now the Dominican has the tying run 90 feet away. Spilly, Wells had to head back to second. He wasn't sure if Witt was going to catch that one.
Well, I was watching Carlos Febles, the third base coach for Dominican, and it was a late hold, and he's also respecting the arm of Pico Armstrong. Armstrong gets this ball in a hurry.
A 2-hop throw, and it probably would have had Wells at the plate.
It would have had him dead to rights.
But now there's runners at the corners with 1 out, and here comes Fernando Tatis Jr. Infield single his last trip. Infield double play depth up the middle. Harper holds Perdomo at first. Bednar set. First pitch. Tatis swings and misses. Chasing a splitter, it's 0-1.
Tatis had all sorts of bad intentions with that swing. He also needs to get the ball in the air.
Bednar set. Perdomo off first. He's not going. Pitch up and in, and the count 1-1. Perdomo's an excellent base stealer. Getting some instruction from Julio Bourbon, his first base coach. Bednar set. The right-handed hitting Tatis waits with his team down 2-1. Perdomo runs. Swing and a miss. Smith won't have a throw. And the count 1-2 as Perdomo steals second. And now the tying and go-ahead runs are in scoring position with 1 out.
Bednar just has a really good feel for the split finger, but Will Smith, if you're going to call that pitch, you want it down in the zone underneath the bat of Tatis.
Infield coming all the way in, except at third, where Henderson's even with the bag. 1-2 the count, the pitch. Swing and a miss, he got him! A splitter at 92 from Bednar, 2 outs.
Couldn't have asked for a better located split. It started in the strike zone, and you watch him, Will Smith, he's making sure he has to get under that just to make sure it does not go under his legs.
2 outs, tying and go-ahead run in scoring position, last of the 7th. And here's Ketel Marte. Tough man to strike out, but susceptible to the splitter. The lefty fouls it off to the left and out of play. It's 0-1.
I mean, David Bednar, he pulled a rabbit out of his hat against Canada. He has his hand in that magician's hat right now. He's reaching for the ears.
Austin Wells at third is the tying run. Perdomo at second, the go-ahead run. The 0-1. Marte swings and misses. Tied up at 97. It's 0-2.
And now Bednar has those ears wrapped around his hand. Does he have one more good pitch? It's a split finger he's going to go to. He's probably going to go to it 2 times in a row.
U.S. clinging to a 1-run lead in the 7th. The pitch. Marte fouls it back. He went to the high fastball again, and Marte covered it.
Got to be careful with Ketel Marte. We just know he's always on fastball. This guy can time up a bullet.
He also will shorten up with 2 strikes, and that's where the old contact hitter from the left side comes in. The set. The runners get their lead, the 0-2. Upstairs, 1-2 to Marte.
I'll tell you from a hitter's perspective, the more pitches you get a guy when he's down 2 strikes into the count, the better they feel.
It's been all high heaters to Marte so far. And now Marte will use his timeout.
I love that timeout just because it resets the pitcher too. You get them out of their zone. They have a little rhythm going. You break the rhythm.
2023 National League Championship Series MVP standing in. Wells from third, Perdomo from second, the 1-2. Marte swings and misses. A curveball from Bednar, and he got him. And David Bednar does find another rabbit in that hat. The Dominican strands the tying and go-ahead runs in scoring position. We head to the 8th. U.S. 2, Dominican 1. This is SiriusXM's exclusive radio coverage of the semifinals of the World Baseball Classic.
Did you know you can get home and away feeds for every MLB, NHL, and NBA game on your phone?
3 for the win! He got it!
Every game, all season. It's all on the SiriusXM app.
It's out of here!
Sports, the way they're meant to be heard. With your hometown announcers just a tap away.
It is gone! An incredible finish!
Search for your team and tap the plus sign to add it to your library. Every game, all season. Get closer to your team with the SiriusXM app.
Shoot, he scores!
This is Radio Andy.
Let's go. If you're not listening to Radio Andy, what are you even doing?
It's non-stop celeb tea, pop culture rants, wild stories, and Andy Cohen being the icon he was born to be.
No filters, no chill, just straight up fun.
We're talking laughs, shade, and those moments that make you text your group chat immediately.
Catch Radio Andy anytime on the SiriusXM app and hit that follow at Radio Andy Insta for even more chaos.
Trust us, you don't want to miss a beat.
You've heard the best baseball players in the world play for their clubs. Now, hear them play for their country.
Oh my goodness! Another great play!
Every game of the World Baseball Classic is on SiriusXM and the SiriusXM app. It's the exclusive radio broadcast of the semifinals as Venezuela takes on Italy tomorrow at 8 Eastern on MLB Network Radio Channel 89. For a complete schedule, go to SiriusXM.com/sports.
You're listening to the World Baseball Classic on MLB Network Radio. Tune in to the leadoff spot tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Eastern as we react to all the big moments from all the WBC action.
The NCAA tournament brackets have been revealed, and now it's time to pick your Cinderella and Final Four teams. Listen all week to the experts on SiriusXM College Sports Radio as they break down the matchups and give you their upset picks for both the men's and women's tournaments on Channel 84 of the SiriusXM app. Sir Anthony Dominguez is on for the Dominican Republic. He'll face Aaron Judge, Kyle Schwarber, and Gunnar Henderson, trying to keep this a 2-1 deficit for the Dominican. Winner goes to the finals. Go ahead, Spilly.
Tell you what, I mean, U.S. should probably be down right now.
White Sox hurler has his first pitch fouled back by Aaron Judge, 0-1.
7 left on base by Dominican, 2 for 7 with runners in scoring position.
Sir Anthony Dominguez comes set. The pitch to Judge, and he takes a strike. The count 0-2. Judge tonight, 1 for 3, singled in the first, robbed of a home run in the fifth by a leaping Julio Rodriguez at the center field fence. 2-1 Team USA in the eighth. Here's the set. The pitch in the dirt. Bounced in front of the plate, and the count 1-2 to Judge.
Team USA is 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position, just to give you an idea of how many opportunities Dominicans had tonight.
Dominguez delivery, swing and a miss. Tied up Aaron Judge, 1 out. Dominguez signed a 2-year free agent contract this winter with the Chicago White Sox. He's expected to close for them. He has pitched a lot of big ball games, Spilly, but there have been times where it feels like he is susceptible to the big ball in big moments.
Yeah, there's no question, but tonight, I mean, the pitching's been at a premium.
First pitch to Kyle Schwarber to the screen. It's 1-0.
Now, former teammates Sir Anthony and Kyle Schwarber right here locking horns. That's 13 punch-outs. Dominican against USA.
Dominguez had his homer issues under control last season. In 2024 and 2023, he gave up a ton of them. The set, the 1-0. A strike to Schwarber, the count 1-1. USA 2, the Dominican 1. The pitch down low to Schwarber, and the count 2-1. Schwarber tonight has been hit by a pitch and singled. He also struck out looking. The 2-1. Schwarber takes outside. It's 3-1.
We haven't seen a lot of 3-1 counts.
No, we haven't seen a single hitter get walked tonight, so it has been pitchers working ahead in the count mostly. The 3-1, down low, ball 4. And of course, Schwarber draws the first walk of the night with 1 out in the 8th.
That starts a rally for USA. You wouldn't think a walk is that big of a deal, but it is. Free passes, when you have teams this good, they take advantage of it. Gunnar Henderson, who had a big punch back after Dominican took the lead on a Junior Caminero home run. Gunnar, he matched him in the 4th.
Ernie Clement is going to run for Kyle Schwarber at first. So the cleanup hitter for Team USA is out of the game. Ernie Clement is in. Gunnar Henderson, who tied the game with a solo homer in the 4th, bats. 2-1 Team USA as they bat in the top of the 8th. First pitch to Henderson, a strike. It's 0-1.
Well, you probably wouldn't see a pinch runner for Schwarber if it was earlier than the 8th inning. If it's 7th inning, you're kind of in a scary spot.
But it's not like Clement's a burner, though. I mean, he was 6 of 11 in stolen bases last year. The pitch. He checked, and he held up on appeal on the count 1-1.
But if this game does go extra innings, that spot for USA is not as strong as it was with Schwarber in it.
Clement gets the lead. The pitch, a strike, and the count 1-2. And Clement is your most versatile player, too, in terms of the number of positions he can play. He's not looking to run here. Otherwise, you probably would have gone to Byron Buxton, who is on the bench. Clement's sprint speed is good, but he's just not a great base stealer. Pitch down low, the count 2-2. So maybe in Mark DeRosa's mind, it's more, I need to make sure we have somebody that can score on a double.
Maybe.
Two and two the count. Clement the lead, the pitch. Henderson on the ground to second, could be two. Marte to Perdomo to first. A 4-6-3 double play as Guerrero stumbles but holds on. And the inning is over. Team USA may want to look at this. Clement said he thought he was safe at second. Mark DeRosa has his hand up, still up, and he says roll it, and the inning is over. We've played 7.5. A trip to the finals on the line with the U.S. leading the Dominican Republic 2-1 as we head to the bottom of the eighth. You're listening to the semifinals of the World Baseball Classic on SiriusXM and the SiriusXM app.
SiriusXM has dedicated channels to your favorite sport. Don't miss any of the daily baseball conversation on MLB Network Radio on SiriusXM.
That was a win for everybody who loves baseball. The energy, the excitement.
Or deep dives into the NFL, NBA, NHL, and college sports. You'll hear legends like Christopher Mad Dog Russo and Stephen A. Smith on Mad Dog Sports Radio. Get your SiriusXM free trial right now at SiriusXM.com/WBC26.
Let the games begin. On SiriusXM, you get all the sports play-by-play you want and all the live sports talk you need. It's always a home game when you listen to the NFL, NHL, NBA, and MLB on the SiriusXM app.
How good is that?
We fuel your fandom with NASCAR, the biggest college games, PGA, and soccer. And when news breaks, hear instant reaction.
We got a big developing story out of Cincinnati.
The SiriusXM app. Everything a sports fan needs, all in one place.
This is baseball. Here, anyone can be a superhero.
Czech Republic, you just won your first World Baseball Classic game.
Where samurai swing bats.
Otani and Japan celebrate a World Baseball Classic.
And stadiums become orchestras. This is baseball with nothing held back. Expect everything. Tune in to the 2026 World Baseball Classic. Baseball is something else. World Baseball Classic trademarks used with permission.
Live in the moment with every MLB, NFL, NHL, and NBA game live on SiriusXM. For a free 3-month trial, go to SiriusXM.com/WBC26.
Whatever you're into, SiriusXM has it. Ad-free music from every game. Live sports from every major league. Breaking news from the voices you trust and the podcasts everyone's talking about, all in one place. One app, one subscription. Sign up now and get your first 3 months free at SiriusXM.com/WBC26. Juan Soto will lead off for the Dominican Republic with them trailing 2-1 in the bottom of the eighth inning. He will face Garrett Whitlock. The Boston Red Sox right-hander gets the eighth. Whitlock has been very, very good in this tournament so far. And he is better against lefties than righties, Billy.
Yeah, and for Whitlock, I mean, this is not an easy task. This, from the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning on, all the guys coming in are basically closers, and they have that experience because you have to be calm under pressure in this environment, especially with the hitters you're facing.
Juan Soto to lead things off. He is 0 for 3, hit into a double play his last trip. First pitch to Soto. He takes low, ball one. Soto 6 for 22 with a couple of home runs in this tournament. The Dominican, which was averaging more than 10 runs a game, has scored just once tonight. Bouncer foul, first base side, 1-1. That on a Junior Caminero solo home run. Team USA's run scored on solo homers from Gunnar Henderson and Roman Anthony. Anthony's blast the difference in this game. The 1-1. Checks and takes a strike to the count 1-2. Whitlock's pitch. Soto takes strike 3 just below the zone. Soto is hopping mad about it as he talks to Corey Blazer. Soto's got a case there, 1 out.
Last 3 outs for USA from Bednar and now Whitlock. They've got 3 straight punch outs of Dominican. And it looked like a ball. It's over the middle of the plate, though. It's not like it was off the plate. It was just down.
First pitch to Vlad Guerrero Jr. misses low, 1-0. There is no ABS challenge system in this World Baseball Classic. That will come into play during the regular season. So Soto couldn't challenge. The pitch to Guerrero, foul tip into the glove of Smith. It's 1-1. Guerrero tonight, 1 for 3. Whitlock set the pitch. Swing and a miss. Had him way out in front on a slider of the count 1-2.
Yeah, that slider is just so nasty for Garrett Whitlock, and he gets so much movement.
Guerrero's going to have to adjust. Takes his time out, now digs back in. 2-1 Team USA leading the Dominican bottom 8. The pitch outside, and Guerrero did his version of the Soto shuffle. Spread out in the box and both hands thrown up in the air. 2-2, the pitch. Checks his swing, pitch in the dirt. They appeal the first, no swing. And the count goes full to Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Whitlock works so fast, he cannot give hitters any time to get comfortable, Spilly.
No, not at all. When you have a pitcher that's already ready for you in the box, you feel like you chase, and Whitlock last year was near the top of baseball chase percentage.
The 3-2, Guerrero fouls it down the right field line and out of play. Team USA 2, the Dominican Republic 1. The Dominican down to their final 5 outs, trying to beat the U.S. and go to the finals. The 3-2, Guerrero bounces it back to the mound. Gloved by Whitlock. He will underhand to first, 2 outs. And lurking in the U.S. bullpen is still Mason Miller, who expects to get the ninth. And here's Manny Machado, 1 for 3 tonight. The superstar third baseman from the Padres, with the Dominican down a run in the 8th.
Machado's 1 for 3 tonight. Did have a punch out his first at bat, but he's hit 2 balls right on the screws.
Corey Blazer going to clean off home plate, give everybody a little extra time here as Machado gets ready to dig in against the righty Whitlock. The first pitch, outside a ball with a slider. It's 1-0. Whitlock comes to that high set and is ready to go. Swing and a miss. Got him to chase a slider in the dirt, 1-1.
Yeah, that swing right there, Mike, it just looked like Machado was trying to jump a fastball, didn't get it.
It's a couple of times you've seen Dominican hitters expecting a 1-0 fastball and have been way out in front. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Another slider, that one diving below the zone, and the count 1-2. And now it's the U.S. fans that come to their feet with 2 outs and 2 strikes in the 8th. Whitlock trying to keep this a 1-run lead for the U.S. Machado uses his timeout. Cleans the dirt out of his cleats with his bat, now taps the plate and digs back in. And now he looks at Corey Blazer and says, hey man, he's got to look at me.
Yep.
Whitlock moves so fast. Now Machado's ready to go before Whitlock is. The righty set, the pitch. Checks and takes on a breaking ball there. It's 2-2.
Machado that time, he saw the pitch. He's back into his 2-strike approach.
Four sliders in this at bat. Does he go to a fastball ever? The 2-2. Swing and a miss. He didn't. He got him to chase a slider and Whitlock calmly walks off the mound after working a 1-2-3-8. We head to the ninth. Team USA leading the Dominican Republic 2-1. This is SiriusXM's exclusive radio coverage of the semifinals of the World Baseball Classic.
Fuel your fandom when you listen to live sports on the SiriusXM app.
Victor for three, wee-wee! Victor Wembanyama!
Hear the games you just can't miss.
That was one of the craziest games I've seen.
And get closer to the teams you love wherever you are.
What a great, great game. What a great, great comeback.
Live sports. Live on the SiriusXM app.
You gotta love sports.
Remember the voices you grew up with? Jokes you heard 100 times and still laugh at? On SiriusXM Comedy Greats, the legends never fade. Jerry Seinfeld, Chris Rock, Rodney Dangerfield, Joan Rivers. It's an all-star lineup every time. No trends, no filters. Just the greats doing what they do best. SiriusXM Comedy Greats, Channel 94. Timeless laughs, always in season. Catch up anytime using the SiriusXM app.
Wednesday, Katie Nolan sits down with the champions of the National Women's Soccer League, and SiriusXM is giving you a front row seat to Gotham FC.
Rose Lavelle absolutely nails it.
Hear Rose Lavelle, Emily Sonnet, Jaden Shaw, and Lily Reel discuss bringing a title to New York, the 2027 World Cup, and more.
A 1-0 victory hands them the NWSL Championship.
The SiriusXM Front Row with Gotham FC, Wednesday night at 8 Eastern on SiriusXM FC 157.
This is Jim Duquette. We'll break down the key plays from this game and bring you the latest headlines from around the World Baseball Classic every morning on Power Alley, weekdays at 10 a.m. Eastern, only on MLB Network Radio.
Start your baseball mornings with the leadoff spot. Tomorrow at 7 a.m. Eastern, join Steve Phillips and Xavier Scruggs as they discuss the key moments of this game and preview the rest of the World Baseball Classic. Get into the leadoff spot weekdays. 7 Eastern, SiriusXM Channel 89, and on the SiriusXM app. Camilo Doval of the New York Yankees is on for the Dominican Republic, trying to keep this a 2-1 deficit. Can the U.S. tack on? That's the big question. Will Smith will lead off. Byron Buxton, I think we may have missed this, Billy. I believe Byron Buxton entered defensively in the last half inning. As he's playing center field now, and Pete Crow Armstrong is at left. So it'll be Smith, Buxton, and then Bryce Terang, 6, 7, and 8 in the U.S. order. Scheduled to face the righty Duvall, and he has had an up and down last couple of seasons, but when he is on, he is vicious.
I mean, when we saw him in San Francisco, he first got to the big leagues, his arm was something special. They were grooming him to be a closer, and then he has trouble holding runners on, doing some of the small things as a pitcher, but from a stuff standpoint, I mean, his fastball is whippy.
Pitch timer violation on Camilo Doval before the first pitch. Corey Blazer brings him up for it, and the count 1-0 now to Will Smith. Smith 1 for 3, singled line to left on a fine play by Juan Soto and struck out swinging. 2-1 Team USA, top of the ninth. First pitch misses inside, a ball, 1-0. Ryan Spilborghs, Mike Farron with you. We're at Lone Depot Park in Miami, Florida. This is the first of 2 semifinals. The winner tonight will take on the winner of tomorrow's game between Italy and Venezuela in Tuesday's championship game here. The 2-0. A strike on the outside corner in the count 2-1 to Smith.
Well, if I was USA, I'm desperate for a run. As good as Mason Miller is, I mean, Dominican, I feel like one run is, you're not safe.
Here's the set. The 2-1. Outside in the count 3-1 to Smith. Boy, with Buxton in the game and already having used Clement, they don't really have a good pinch running option here if Smith runs. If Smith reaches, Cal Raleigh is the other catcher. The 3-1, foul back in the count 3-2. This is the spot, as Billy said, where one more run Should mean an awful lot to the U.S., clinging to a 1-run lead in the 9th. The Dominicans have out-hit the U.S. 8-7. All that matters is the U.S. has the lead on the scoreboard. The 3-2. Inside corner, strike 3. Froze him at 96. And the leadoff man gone to the U.S. 9th.
That's 14 punch-outs. 14. 14 of the 25 outs tonight for Dominican have been strikeouts of Team USA.
Team USA has fanned just 6, 2 by the starter Skeens, 2 in the 7th by Bednar in a huge spot, and 2 by Whitlock in the 8th. Here's Byron Buxton, his first plate appearance. First pitch low, 1-0. Byron Buxton wearing the Stars and Stripes for the first time in his career. He was selected to play in the Premier 12 tournament, but then got called up to the big leagues. I said, oh no. He goes, no, it was fine. I went to the big leagues. It's like, you don't understand. I want to represent the U.S., but I'd rather be in the major leagues. Pitch outside, it's 2-0.
I think that's the reaction, especially if you haven't made it to the big leagues. You're like, let me go get my dream out of the way really quick.
Buxton 0 for 5 in the tournament. Was hit by a pitch and scored a run against Brazil. The 2-0. He swings and fouls it back. It was a pretty good pass at 98 and the count 2-1.
The hardest parts for these teams are some of these players like Byron Buxton hasn't had a ton of at-bats in this tournament, so you're facing Camilo Doval in the top of the 9th inning of this game, and you're trying to be locked in. It's hard.
Mason Miller is ready in the U.S. pen for the 9th. The 2-1. Called strike just off the plate. 2-2. Duvall peers in for the sign from the catcher Wells. The set, the 2-2. Swinging a foul down the right field line and out of play. Buxton stays alive. 2-1 Team USA as they bat in the top of the 9th.
If Buxton can get on, he will steal second. Duvall is not good at holding base runners on.
2-2 the count, the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him on a slider, 2 outs. Back-to-back strikeouts to start the 9th for Duvall, and here is Bryce Durang.
We're at 15 outs via strikeout.
Durang is 0 for 3 into a double play and struck out twice. 2-1 Team USA leads as they bat in the top of the 9th. Looking ahead to the bottom of the 9th, after the first pitch to Durang fouled back, it's 0-1. Junior Caminero, who hit a solo home run in the 2nd inning, the only run for the Dominican. Julio Rodriguez and Austin Wells are the scheduled hitters. Here's the set. The 0-1. Fouled away. It's 0-2. On the bench for the Dominican Republic, they have some right-handed power with Agustin Ramirez of the Marlins and O'Neal Cruz as a potential weapon, and you wonder if he might hit for Wells. It would weaken them defensively, but you need to extend this game for the Dominican.
And you got to take your best ball.
0-2 the count to Durang. The pitch. Did he go around? He held up. Appeal to third. Third base umpire Delphine Colon says no. 1-2 to Durang. The ball comes set. The pitch. Durang bounces it on 2 hops to first. Glove by Guerrero. Takes him right to the bag. And a 1-2-3 9th inning for Camilo Duvall. We head to the bottom of the 9th. Team USA 3 outs away from the finals. They lead the Dominican Republic 2-1. You're listening to the semifinals of the World Baseball Classic on SiriusXM and the SiriusXM app.
Sports fans, do you want to hear every MLB game plus your hometown announcers? Go to SiriusXM.com/WBC26. What about every game of the NCAA basketball tournament? Go to SiriusXM.com/WBC26. Plus the PGA Tour, NASCAR, NBA, and NHL games. Get your SiriusXM free 3-month trial right now at SiriusXM.com/WBC26.
Every night in the NBA, the games become more important, and when you want a spirited debate that meets the moment, you need SiriusXM NBA Radio's NBA Today.
Maybe he can win the MVP. That's a question. What's not a question is him winning Defensive Player of the Year. That's easy.
Weekdays at 4 Eastern. Justin Termini and Eddie Johnson give you insight with energy and analysis with an edge.
Let those guys in the front office run the damn team, dude.
The destination for the association. SiriusXM NBA Radio, Channel 86 in the car, and on the SiriusXM app.
Howard Stern.
You a Stern fan, Micah?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I listen every day. Baba Booey. Baba Booey. Baba Booey. Baba Booey.
Howard Stern.
Howard Stern. Legendary radio host Howard Stern.
It is the best thing that people can buy is Sirius to hear your show.
The best interviewer out there.
He gets to the point.
Hands down.
We're both very excited about this.
Howard Stern won at life.
Just a handsome guy. Universally, everyone agrees.
Only on SiriusXM. Now available to most subscribers.
One subscription to SiriusXM gets you live sports, including every game of the NBA, NHL, MLB, and NFL. Go to SiriusXM.com/WBC26 for a free trial.
Bottom of the ninth inning of the first semifinal for the World Baseball Classic in 2026. Team USA with a 2-1 lead over the Dominican Republic. The Dominican will send Junior Caminero, Julio Rodriguez, and Austin Wells as the scheduled hitters against Padres closer Mason Miller and his 103-mile-an-hour fastball.
Well, last year, he basically was the best strikeout artist in baseball. He struck out 44% of the batters he faced.
Junior Caminero, who accounted for the lone run for the Dominican Republic in the second with a solo home run, will lead things off. The U.S. with 2 solo homers in the fourth. Henderson and Anthony. That's the game. First pitch. Caminero fouls it back. That one's coming back close to us. 0-1.
You're ready.
Caminero, the young superstar for the Rays. 45 homers a season ago, 3 in this tournament. The pitch, swing and a miss. 102 at the top of the zone, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, and he took a big swing, and he was late by a mile. And I'm watching Caminero. He's trying to slow himself down. That fastball was way past him.
0-2 the count. Miller set. The pitch. Swing and a pop-up foul off to the right, not a play.
Much better, shorter swing. I mean, you really don't have time with Mason Miller, and Junior Caminero has a bit of a leg kick. So he has to start his timing a little bit early.
U.S. trying to make it back to the finals. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him to chase a breaking ball. Gets away from Smith. Bare hands, throws to first to record the put-out, 1 out. The U.S. 2 outs away from the finals. Here's Julio Rodriguez.
That pitch was just so nasty. And you saw it was a slider down. Probably went about, 57 feet. The Caminero geared up for the big fastball. There's nothing you can do.
Caminero took kind of a wide turn towards first to try and get in the way of Smith's throw. 2-1 U.S. Here's Julio Rodriguez. He takes inside. A backup slider, it's 1-0.
Now, Rodriguez last year made such a great adjustment and saw huge numbers in slug increase on fastballs over 95 miles an hour.
Inside with another slider, it's 2-0. U.S. 2, Dominican 1, last of the ninth. 2 outs to play with for this powerful Dominican squad. 51 runs in the first 5 games, just 1 tonight. The 2-0. Upstairs, it's 3-0.
And on deck for Dominican is a 6'7" lefty, O'Neal Cruz.
3-0 the count to Rodriguez. The pitch. A strike right at the top of the zone at 99. It's 3-1. Miller wants a new baseball as he throws that one out of play. Gets it from Corey Blazer, the home plate umpire. 3 balls and 1 strike. Miller set. The 3-1. In the dirt, ball 4, and the tying runs aboard with 1 out. And Rodriguez is a threat to run.
Yeah, no question. That's the first walk allowed by USA. Bad time for it.
O'Neal Cruz announced as the pinch hitter. Cruz last year hit 19 home runs off right-handed pitching. He hits the ball as hard as anyone in the big leagues. Will Smith's going to go out to visit Miller to talk about the scouting report.
Well, with the thing with O'Neal Cruz and Mason Miller's fastball, advantage Mason Miller. O'Neal Cruz, he's got these really long levers. If he's on time and he runs into it, see you later. This game's going to be over. Dominican's going to move on.
Andy Pettit running out to the mound to join the conversation.
So, to me, it's all gas. Mason Miller, mano-a-mano, power versus power. I just wouldn't give this guy something soft where he can catch up. I mean, I don't think he can catch up to Mason Miller's fastball.
It's just a matter of where he puts it, right? Like, if you stay out of the nitro zone for Cruz, you got a chance to strike him out. Cruz struggled at times last season on a Pirates team that was out of contention. And he is one of the most talented players in the league. And now he has a chance to tie or win this game for the Dominican in the semis. Julio Rodriguez at first stole 30 bases last year in 36 attempts. He gets the lead held by Bryce Harper. Team USA leads 2-1, bottom of the 9th. The Dominican batting, first pitch to Cruz. He takes high, it bounces out of the glove of Smith, and now the tying runs in scoring position with 1 out. A passed ball by Will Smith. And now it would just take a base hit to tie this game.
It just looked like it. Couldn't tell if that was the slider, just overcooked. I mean, the pressure is real right now for Mason Miller.
He has not had good command of that slider so far. Here's the 1-0. Cruz swings and misses at a high heater. 1-1.
You got to go back to that. You have to go back to that to Mason Miller. Do not mess around.
For 25 outs, the U.S. had been airtight, but a walk and a pass ball at the tying run in scoring position with 1 out for the Dominican. Bottom of the 9th, the pitch. Cruz takes one at his feet. A changeup at 95. It's 2-1.
Yeah, don't like that sequence right now for Mason Miller. Slider, fastball up, swing and miss, and the changeup. And if you throw the changeup out over the plate, speeds up the bat of O'Neal Cruz.
Well, right now he's all over the place with his secondaries.
Got to go fastball. Rodriguez
from second, the pitch. Swing and a miss. Blew the heater by him at 101. It's 2-0. That was a pitch that Cruz, if it had been about 5 miles an hour slower, could have covered. It had a lot of the plate. Cruz will use his timeout. Rodriguez standing on the bag at second. Cruz digs back in.
Gotta give him the heater, Ricky.
The towering left-handed hitter waiting. The pitch. Swinging a grounder towards the middle. Glove by Witt behind the bag at second. He will throw to first just in time to get Cruz. 2 outs. Cruz, who runs very well, was streaking down the line, and Witt had just enough on the throw to get him. 2 outs, but Rodriguez goes to third. And here's Geraldo Perdomo, the last chance for the Dominican Republic.
Well, and I really like this matchup for Dominican right here against Mason Miller. Perdomo can cover fastball. He can cover Mason Miller. And he can shoot your best fastball over the head of Gunnar Henderson, who's playing in on the grass.
Perdomo single and hit by a pitch in 3 trips. 2-1 Team USA leads, last of the 9th, 2 outs. First pitch, upstairs, 1-0. A spot in the finals on the line. It all comes down to this. Perdomo with great contact skills spread way out at the plate. Batting from the left side, the pitch. He takes a strike. 1-1. He does not look like in a rush up there at all.
And I felt like he took that pitch on purpose just to get one look at the fastball. And it also helps hitters settle down.
Rodriguez down the line at third. The 1-1. Strike two. Fastball outer third. And now the U.S. is one strike away from advancing.
Oh, boy.
Final strip on the line. Tying run at third, 2 outs. Perdomo uses his timeout. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Can Miller shut the door? The set, the pitch, outside, 2-2.
You see Perdomo's kind of slapping at his front hip, saying, stay back, stay back.
Rodriguez down the line at third. Miller set. And the 2-2. Down low, and the count is full to Perdomo. And Miller's Padre teammate Fernando Tatis Jr. is in the on-deck circle.
I feel like everybody in this building right now on their feet is nervous.
Everyone into it. 2-1 U.S. The payoff. Swinging a foul off to the left and out of play. Perdomo will battle you.
I mean, my hands are sweaty right now.
It has been an intense, tight game. The pitching has been tremendous. And the Dominican Republic has the tying run at third with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. The 3-2 again, fouled back again by Perdomo.
Good swing for Perdomo. He timed up Mason Miller. He timed him up.
He's only thrown him 1 breaking ball in this at-bat. Does he dare to go to it again? The fastball's been what he commands.
It's also, the fastball's your bread and butter, and for Mason Miller, I mean, this is a big pitch for him.
2-1 U.S. Rodriguez dancing at third. The 3-2 again. Called strike 3! The U.S. advances! Perdomo can't believe it! The pitch was below the zone, but the U.S. has defeated the Dominican Republic. They win tonight 2-1, and they are heading to the finals to take on the winner of Italy and Venezuela tomorrow night. Wow, what a ball game.
What a game. What a game. Dominican had every chance to beat Team USA. They couldn't. They had chances against the relievers. They couldn't find ways to score runs. And for Team USA, they won this game 2 home runs, but the bullpen and the defense of Bobby Witt, wow.
Spilly, we've been saying it all along that while the offense has not gone out and going for Team USA, their pitching has been the separator. Whew. That was what was different about the roster this year. They came up in the biggest moment of this tournament.
I mean, there's so many little moments here, Mike. I mean, it was Tyler Rogers coming in and getting a double play of Juan Soto. It was David Bednar, second and third, 1 out, getting the punch. Mason Miller, ill-advised walk, but finding a way to get the punch out of Gerardo Perdomo to end the game, and Perdomo's still in the dugout. He's not happy. Slider probably about a half a baseball below the strike zone. Man, Dominican's disappointed, no question.
They had so many chances in this game, as you mentioned, to take control of it again after going down 2-1. They had first and second, 1 out in the 4th, and then bases loaded, 2 outs and couldn't score. They had runners at first and second again in the 5th with 1 out, and a double play got them out of it. They had second and third and 1 out against Bednar in the 7th and couldn't get the tying run across. The U.S. bullpen was tremendous tonight. Paul Skeens fanned just 2 in 4 2/3 innings of work. Over the last 3 innings, the U.S. punched out 6.
Unbelievable. And I'm watching, sitting in the dugout by himself, Junior Caminero. Caminero is looking at the team that advanced to the final. Caminero with the homer off. Paul Skeens is kind of dreaming what this could have been for Dominican. And we see Team USA, they put this team together thinking it was going to be a walk in the park. It was anything but. The margins of this tournament, these teams in the tournament, they've gotten so much better since when it first started. And now, Mike, we're seeing record numbers of fans watching, record numbers of fans listening, putting eyeballs on this game. What a tournament.
You know, we talked to Albert Pujols before the game, the manager for the Dominican Republic. And he said he played in the first event in 2006. And he thought, yeah, this is all right. This is kind of fun. But he said it's nothing like it is now. Let's go down to the field with the third member of our broadcast crew, Danny Wexelman, with one of the stars tonight for Team USA.
Guys, thank you so much. I do have the shortstop for Team USA, Bobby Witt Jr. First of all, congratulations. Your team's going to the championship game. What does it feel like to punch your ticket back to the champ?
Yeah, it's special. This is where we believed we would go, but we had to take it one game at a time, and now we're here, and so one more game.
I saw you looking around into the stands. Did you find your family?
Yeah, they're up there somewhere. They're up there shaking. Yeah, this is an electric crowd. All the USA fans were great. Now we just got to do one more.
You know, the emotion from your dugout tonight looked like it was more than we had seen so far in this tournament. Did you guys feed off the crowd here in Miami?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I think there's more Dominican fans, so that fired us up for sure, and so we had to do our thing.
Behind Paul Skeens for the second time in the WBC. You got a smile out of him after game one. What does it mean to get something like that from a Cy Young Award winner?
Yeah, it's awesome. He sat next to me both times on the bus, too, so it's pretty special having him do that and then him going out there and dominating.
Hey, your glove has looked so good here. How much pride do you take in your defense?
Yeah, I'm just trying to help out any way I can. Sometimes the bat's not there, and then you got to go make plays, but always just taking it one pitch at a time and try to make plays.
Are you having fun?
Oh, yeah, it was fun.
Congratulations. Go celebrate.
Awesome. Thank you.
Guys.
Danny, thank you. The U.S. defeats the Dominican Republic 2-1. They move on to the finals. They await the winner of tomorrow night's game between Italy and Venezuela. We'll be back to wrap things up from Miami in a moment. You're listening to the World Baseball Classic semifinals on SiriusXM and the SiriusXM app.
Get ready for the 2026 NFL Draft on SiriusXM NFL Radio.
Touchdown! Fernando Mendoza!
Catch interviews with the top prospects as they begin their journey to the NFL.
And whatever team drafts me, I'm grateful, whether it's the number one pick or whether it's, 199th pick.
And this April, hear pick-by-pick coverage of the 2026 Draft from Pittsburgh.
There's a lot to work with, and he's only going to get better.
On SiriusXM NFL Radio, Channel 88.
SiriusXM Triumph. Get real answers with Dr. Laura.
No nonsense advice about relationships, marriage, kids.
Tough love.
It happened is not a phrase anybody uses when they take responsibility.
Inspiration.
Every time you go to bed with a negative thought, you have to match it up with a positive one. That's your new rule.
Dr. Laura. Plus, Glenn Beck, Nancy Grace, and Dave Ramsey. All on Triumph. SiriusXM 123 and on the SiriusXM app.
This is Jim Bowden from the award-winning show, The Front Office. Every Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern, Jim Duquette and I break down baseball from a GM's perspective on MLB Network Radio, Channel 89.
The experts of MLB Network Radio.
When you get fooled by a pitch, you think, okay, let me wait longer.
Steve Phillips.
And then what ends up happening is you wait too long for the foot striding forward, hitting the ground, the hands going back. You then rush to get to everything, and the only way to get there is to pull off the ball to try to get your hands through. And the outer third of the plate is lost to you.
Baseball talk at the next level. MLB Network Radio, Sirius XM 89, and on the Sirius XM app.
Team USA advances to its third consecutive WBC final. They will try to win gold for the second time after they hang on to beat the Dominican Republic tonight. Here are the totals for tonight's game. For the victorious U.S., 2 runs, 7 hits, no errors. They left 6. For the Dominican, 1 run, 8 hits, 1 error. They left 8. The win to Paul Skeens, 2-0 in this tournament. Gregory Soto takes the loss. He is 0-1. Mason Miller gets his second save. in a game that took 2 hours and 55 minutes in front of a capacity crowd of 36,337 at Lone Depot Park in Miami. And tomorrow night, we will find out who the U.S. will be playing in that championship game. Team Venezuela, who upset Japan last night, will take on the underdog story of the tournament, Team Italy. We'll have the call for you at 8 o'clock tomorrow night on MLB Network Radio. The pitching matchup, Keter Montero of the Tigers will go for Venezuela against Michael Lorenzen of the Rockies for Team Italy. And we do hope that you will join us then. Now for our producers, Hunter Reiser, Jordan Greenberg, our studio producer, Isabella Cabri, our engineer, Daryl Doss. For Danny Wexelman and Ryan Spilborgs, I'm Mike Farron saying so long from Lone Depot Park in Miami, Florida. Again, the final. Team USA advances to the finals of the World Baseball Classic for the third consecutive tournament. They hang on to beat the powerful Dominican Republic 2-1. We will be back with you tomorrow at 8 o'clock Eastern Time for the second semifinal between Italy and Venezuela. Up next is MLB Tonight. You're listening to the semifinals of the World Baseball Classic on